What's up, man? We are live. Y'all see the y'all see what it is, man. Errol Spence, I think he's avoiding Keith Thurman, man. Um, they got a long history, starting with Mayweather coming out, putting his hands around Errol Spence and saying, Errol Spence, I want you to fight Keith Thurman because Keith Thurman was putting the heat on Mayweather. You know, Mayweather's always got to put somebody in front of the situation. Instead of fighting Keith Thurman, you know, he wanted the young bull, the up and coming young bull, Errol Spence to fight Keith Thurman. And Keith Thurman was in a position where he was right there about to fight. Hold on, one second. Let me drop these links real quick. Drop these links so everybody that want to come in can come in. These guys, we wanted to come in and get this boxing talk on. Get a couple links dropped real quick, y'all. I'm gonna go right back to it. But in my opinion, Errol Spence is he's avoiding Keith Thurman, man. He should be fighting Keith Thurman. That's the natural move. If he doesn't fight, he's not going to fight Terrence Crawford. We already know that. He's not going to fight Enos, right? He's not going to fight Enos. So the natural move is he should be fighting Keith Thurman. Like I said, there's some history there. He wanted Keith Thurman back in the day. Like I said, Keith Thurman was on schedule to fight Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, which Keith Thurman eventually fought Manny Pacquiao. He never got the fight with Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather went on to go fight Berto on his last fight. That should have been Keith Thurman, in my opinion, or Kell Brook, or one of those guys. But, you know, nevertheless, he fought Berto. In my opinion, Errol Spence yeah, man, he should be fighting Keith Thurman. We all know that Keith Thurman only lost to Pacquiao, which we know Pacquiao is a great fighter. Yes, Pacquiao was up there in age, but Pacquiao can still fight. Pacquiao looked great that night. He looked really, really strong, fast. He looked like the old Pacquiao. He jumped on Keith Thurman early in the fight. Keith Thurman made a mistake by pulling a straight back. You can't do that versus a veteran like Manny Pacquiao, who's seen it all and been through it all. And, you know, he ended up coming short in the fight. But I thought Keith Thurman in the second half of the fight, I thought Keith Thurman controlled the second half. But nevertheless, he only has one victory. People have thrown Keith Thurman off to the side like Keith Thurman is a bum or something. We know Keith Thurman has had injury issues with his hands, his elbow. He had a minor car accident. So we know Keith Thurman has had injuries that has stifled his run. I'm not pitying Keith Thurman for his injuries. His injuries is his injuries. What I'm saying is that doesn't mean that Errol Spence should not be advocating the fight for Keith Thurman, because they on the same side of the street and they haven't fought yet. People keep on saying that Terrence Crawford should sign with PBC. That doesn't necessarily mean that they was going to fight. Why? Keith Thurman, because it takes two to tangle. It takes two that want to actually get in there and fight, right? So Keith Thurman and Errol Spence, they haven't fought yet. So this is the natural fight, man. This is the natural fight for Errol Spence to tie up the loose ends, because let's not forget that Keith Thurman voluntarily vacated the WBC so Danny Garcia and Sean Porter could fight for it. And Jose Sulaiman said that Keith Thurman is champion in merit, and when he wants to come in and challenge for the belt, he can. That's why That's why Jose Sulaiman said he's going to make Keith Thurman the mandatory, because he know what he said. So I don't know if people remember that. I don't know if people just don't want to remember it and trying to put it back in the back of their mind. But Keith Thurman has the authority to challenge for that belt. Do Errol Spence see something in Keith Thurman that he looking at it like this may be a tough fight? He stated, I mean, look, man, he need to get out his feelings, because unlike any other sport in boxing, you can put hands on people. You can put hands on people. You can go in there and break a person's jaw, break his eyes. You can do whatever you want. Break his ribs. Y'all say that Keith Thurman is soft to the body. So Errol Spence is supposed to be the best body puncher in the business, right? He's supposed to be the best body puncher in the building. So why don't Errol Spence go in there and tear that body up? Why don't he just go in there, stop Keith Thurman to the body? Because a lot of people say this is an easy fight for Errol Spence. So get that easy money. Get that easy money, Keith. This is easy money for you, according to how you think and how everybody else think. Now, I don't think it's an easy fight. I think it's a 50-50 fight. If Keith Thurman was doing what he was supposed to have been doing over the last 5 years, being in shape, then I'll be saying Keith Thurman hands now. It's a 50-50 fight. It's truly a 50-50 fight. I know some people don't believe that. Some people believe in the boogeyman. They believe in the boogeyman, Terrence Crawford, which he's not the boogeyman. You know what I'm saying? You can get in here free smoke. Hit the link, man. If it's
yo,
go ahead, Clark.
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. You know, I was a big one. I'm a big one-time fan. I just, wish he would have stayed active, and the injuries and all that stuff, man. It would have been a great fight. But I think Earl sees something that he don't like. Of course, Keith don't like it to the body. Nobody likes it to the body. But man, Keith pretty much one of the most athletic boxers, man, with his foot movement. I think he's awkward. I think he has power. I think it'll be a good fight, and where I'm from, if you don't like somebody and you have the chance to fight them, like, if you don't like them, just beat them up. You know what I'm saying? Stop them. You know what I'm saying? Send them into retirement. I just don't like the excuses, man. It seems like excuses to me, man, because if he really didn't like one time, he'll just beat his ass, man.
That's my thing. If you don't like him, you know what I'm saying? Go in there and end his career. End the man's career, man. Something just rubs me the wrong way. I mean, I know what it is. It just rubs me the wrong way with Spence. Zone had a great point. Spence, he's a bully, man. He likes to be the biggest person in the room, the so-called toughest person in the room. I'm gonna scare everybody. And when he came into the welterweight division, because let's not forget the reason why the first time I ever heard about Spence was I seen Spence at 154. That's why I seen Spence at. I thought he was a 154-pound fighter. And then all of a sudden he was at 147. And I'm like, okay, because you know how some guys start off at a higher weight, and then they, when they first get into boxing, some people start off at a higher weight, then they settle into the weight that they want to be in. So he settled in at 147. You know what I'm saying? And then everybody was like, man, he's a big welterweight. Because at this time, Danny was still at 140. Danny went at 147. Danny was still at 140 doing his thing at 140, fighting the guys at 140, 135, 140 up in there. So, you had Keith Thurman, you had Sean Porter. With Sean Porter, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Sean Porter had fights at 160, maybe a little bit higher. So Sean Porter started off his career, up there in weight. Keith Thurman had fought a couple fights at 154. You know what I'm saying? I believe Keith Thurman fought Carlos Santana at 154. If I'm not mistaken, he fought Carlos Santana at 154, right, Zone? I don't know if Zone is still in the chat, but I believe he fought Carlos at 154. So a lot of them guys was jumping up and down. A lot of these guys are big welterweights. Keith Thurman, even though Keith Thurman is shorter, he's a big welterweight himself. Sean Porter's a big welterweight. Errol Spence is just taller than them. That's why they call Errol Spence a big welterweight, because he's actually taller, but he's not really that much bigger than them. He's really not like Sean Porter is wide. Keith Thurman is wide. Errol Spence is got the more muscular build, so people look at that and say, "Oh, he's bigger than them." But no, not really. He's not really bigger than them. When he was fighting Sean Porter, he wasn't muscling Sean Porter around. They had even strength. To me, they both was pushing and pulling each other, was moving each other in that fight. So look, man, like I said, Errol Spence, he loves the bully moniker. You know, and Keith Thurman, people will say that Keith Thurman is scared of him, but they've been in the same room. Keith Thurman went up to Spence and said, "Yeah, I know you want to fight me. I want to fight you too." I didn't see any nervousness in Keith Thurman. I never seen any avoiding Errol Spence when he sees him. I never seen Errol Spence talk out of pocket when he seen Keith Thurman. And they've been on the boxing panel before together a couple times, and they was face to face a couple times. I never seen Errol Spence talk crazy to Keith Thurman in his face. Not one time. Not one time. Seeing him get in Keith Thurman's face and say, "Man, you're not fighting me. You ducking me. You scared of me." I never seen it. So for all of y'all Spence fans that say Keith Thurman is scared, never seen your boy get in Keith Thurman face like Terrence Crawford got in y'all boy face when he seen him and said, "I'm gonna stop you." I never seen Errol Spence say that to Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman, "I'm gonna stop you," and all this. No, I see Terrence Crawford killed that bully moniker, killed that so-called bully, that so-called boogeyman moniker. He killed that when he walked up on Errol Spence and told him, "I'm gonna stop you," just like I stopped Jose Benavidez. That whole bully moniker, that stuff was out the window. And like I said, man, this is a 50-50 fight. Keith Thurman is still one of the best welterweights of this generation. He's one of the top welterweights of this generation. He was a unified champion. He was the unified champion after Mayweather and Pacquiao, you know, kind of had they run. Keith Thurman was the best welterweight. When Floyd Mayweather and Pacquiao was at the end of their run, it was Keith Thurman. It was Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman was out there, you know, putting in work. Like people fail to realize Keith Thurman was putting in work at 147. He was the first one to beat Sean Porter, but he beat Sean Porter at the Kell Brook. He was the first one to beat Daddy. He beat Zabit. He beat, what's up, YG? Get in, YG. I see you in the chat. Hey y'all, get up on the panel, man. I'm here for y'all. I'm here for y'all, man, to get on this panel. Let's talk this boxing stuff, man. Here go Phil. Phil is in. Come on, YG, get on up here. You ain't been on here in about a couple years. You probably got a lot to say.
Man, he still hurt off them Yankees, man, and see how the Astros finna do.
Oh, the Yankees, huh? Oh yeah.
He still hurt off that sweep. You know, we still got the rug up.
This dude said we still got the rug up. We still got the rug up. Oh yeah, man. Look, baseball, like I was following baseball this year because I was doing a lot of betting on baseball. All year, shoot, Houston was good all year though. But no one was talking about Houston.
Number one. Yeah.
Yeah. nobody was talking about Houston like they was talking about the Dodgers and the Yankees. Now the Dodgers from beginning to the end, the Dodgers were good until they got beat in the playoffs. I don't know what happened to the Dodgers. They just fell all the way off. Like, I don't know what happened in the playoffs. I have no idea. Maybe it was too much pressure, because sometimes the pressure can, when you are favored and you get into a series and all of a sudden you facing a team like, who do they face? They faced the Phillies. Did they face the Phillies? No, they faced San Diego Padres, right? The Dodgers. They got beat by San Diego, right? Phil?
Yeah, I believe. I believe so. I don't really follow that side. You know what I'm saying? I just follow my side. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, but the Houston Astros have a great lineup and they have great pitching. So I knew the Houston Astros were going to be tough in the playoffs, because when you get into those playoffs, it's that starting four and that extra pitcher that's going to make the difference. The starting pitching, and I believe they got a better starting pitching than the Yankees. You know, Houston always all year they had a better starting pitcher than the starting pitchers than the Yankees starting pitchers.
Well,
and
man,
then
the Yankees been struggling with pitching for, I mean, probably the last
15 years.
It's been a long time, man.
Since Andy Pettit and Rivera and all them guys retired. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's been a while. They hadn't been able to really, and I mean, shit. A couple years back, the Astros was struggling with pitches and shit when we got Verlander and everything. But now, you know, we good. You understand what I'm saying? I think we've been struggling at the plate, honestly. You know, even when we get runs, it just be looking like it's just a struggle. You know what I'm saying? But and really, man, we've been up and down on the pitching. You know what I'm saying? Like, the games that we pitch well, we pitch really well. The games we don't, is fucking terrible.
What's up with Verlander? What's up with Verlander, man?
Man, Verlander played bad the other night, man. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, they should have really pulled him. But you know, man, the thing about with baseball and your pitchers, you gotta kind of let the motherfuckers pitch out that slump, because if you pull them, it'll fuck with their confidence going forward. You dig what I'm saying? So I think that's probably more the reason they knew we still had some games in the holster. You understand what I'm saying? But you see what we did the other night, though. Shit, we pulled it out, man. You know, so when that dude caught that ball last night, man. You know, when that thing's gonna hit that wall, I say, "Oh, it's a wrap. We finna win this." That took all the win out they selves, man. You know, but yeah, man. You know, YG still, you know, the only thing better or just as close as sweeping the Yankees is sweeping the Dodgers. You know what I'm saying? So, and then after that, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, you know, we want to win the series, but. Yeah, man, you know what it is. Back to boxing, man. YG don't come on here. He still hurt off that shit. So, it's understandable. We've been dominating them boys for the last couple of years. Like, I mean, dominating them. You know, I know. You know what I'm saying.
So, do you think Errol Spence should fight Keith Thurman next? Is that the natural fight for Errol Spence next, or do you have someone else?
Yeah, I mean, because look, man, that's the fight Al always wanted, though. You know what I'm saying? Them cats will tell you, man, and Keith Thurman will tell you that he dropped the ball when he lost to Manny Pacquiao. You understand what I'm saying? He's like, I didn't take care of business. It was always supposed to be me and Earl at the end of the line. You dig what I'm saying?
Okay, at the end of the line.
Yeah. Only problem is they didn't really understand that, you know, Manny Pacquiao and was going to upset the apple cart, and then you always still had Terrence Crawford out there. But I'm gonna do you one even better. This is how I'm gonna let you know. Do you remember when PBC was trying to say they didn't acknowledge that belt?
Yeah.
When they were saying they didn't acknowledge the WBO? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, so this is around the time when, like I said, they was trying to set up that Keith Thurman and Errol Spence Jr. It was always supposed to be that. They were setting it up to make it seem like that 3 belt was gonna be for, quote
Undisputed.
unquote PBC undisputed.
Yeah. I know that. It
So,
was a dis-
a lot of people forgot that they was trying to do that bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
I
Trying
know.
to not acknowledge that man because of the same situation that we're running into right now. You dig what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So, I mean, look, bro, at the end of the day, Errol Spence Jr. needs to fight against Keith Thurman.
Yeah,
It was
that's
always supposed to be in the works. And truth be told, man, it's a good fight for both them cats, man. You gotta
hmm
low key touch everybody that's good in your era. You see what I'm saying? Sean Porter did it, right?
yeah. He touched
Um,
everybody.
yeah, only person he didn't touch was Manny Pacquiao, and he was never good enough to reach that conversation of even them two guys fight. Nobody never wanted to see that. So,
Hmm.
uh, but everybody else, yeah, Porter got in there with him. Win, lose, or draw. He touched everybody that was significant in his area, outside of obviously the person I just said, right? But yeah, Keith Thurman needs Earl. Earl needs Keith. And both them guys need Crawford, man. And I'm not saying need him in the sense of like, oh my God, we need these guys to make a break. I'm saying you need it for just to stamp your legacy as a fighter. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Because I think it's important to get those kind of fights, win, lose, or draw. You want to be able to retire and say, shit, man, I fought everybody that missed something. You know,
Hmm.
that's just my philosophy on it. Now, somebody else may think of it differently, as in, I don't need to fight everybody if I got 3 straps, if I'm a 3-time champion or whatever. Um, I don't know how that goes. Everybody legacy means different things to different people, right? But
Hmm.
for myself personally, I would want to touch every fighter that's in my era that really meant something, especially if I was a champion.
That's for sure. I don't. I look. Earl Spence said, "See, he's still holding on that Keith Thurman treated him a certain way." Now, now, uh, when Earl Spence was first presented with the fight, we all know Mayweather came out and said, "I put my belt up." Right now, at the time, what people fail to realize at that time, Keith Thurman was on the heels of Mayweather and Pacquiao heels and Tim Bradley heels, because Keith Thurman was considered the next up and coming better welterweight before Spence started making his noise. It was Keith Thurman. So Keith Thurman was naturally the guy that was supposed to get some of those fights for some of those guys. Now he did get Pacquiao later down the line, but at that time, his eyeballs and his drive was those guys. Spence was somebody that he said, even he said, yeah, I see Spence back there. I see him behind me, and I see that he's the young boy can fight. He's coming, but my priorities are these top dogs. I'm trying to get these top dogs in the ring. Now, could he have fought Spence? If he wanted to, he could have fought Spence, right? But see, it's the same thing now with Spence and Enos. He doesn't want to reach back and fight Enos. He doesn't want to reach back and fight Enos right now. He doesn't want to reach back and fight Enos. He's told Enos, you know what I'm saying? I got maybe one more fight at 47, and then I'm moving up to 54. Enos will be at 54 too pretty soon, because Enos is not gonna stay at 47 long. But it's the same thing how he's treating that situation, and I get it because Earl Spence has unfinished business with Keith Thurman and Terrence Crawford. So I get it. I get why he's telling the young bull to wait. And that's the same thing Keith Thurman was telling Earl Spence. He was telling him to wait. He was just telling him to wait. I'm not saying I'm not going to fight you, but you can wait, because at the time, even at the time, like I keep telling people, Spence was only like 16 fights in. I'm not saying at 16 fights in he can't get a championship fight. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying he was at 16 fights. He was barely breaking into the contendership. He was barely there. So at least this guy Enos is in the top 3 or 4 in every sanctioning body. That boy is in the top. He's 3 in some of them, and he's like 4 in some of them. So he's a little bit further along than what Spence was at the time. His position is a little bit further along. I think he's the number 1 contender for the IBF, if I'm not mistaken. I think is Enos number 1 contender for the IBF? Or was that Ortiz? It's one of them. Ortiz number 1 contender for WBO.
Nah, yeah, he's the IBF. Keith Thurman is WBC, and the WBA is Stanionis, and the WBO is Ortiz.
Okay, so that means okay, so that I stand correct. So I am correct. Enos is at least he's a number 1 contender for one of the sanctioning body belts, which is the IBF, which Errol Spence currently hold. See, Errol Spence hold 3 titles, so he has a lot of obligations. You got 3 titles. When you have 3 titles, it comes with obligations. So he got a lot of people on his heels.
The main obligation is that WBC.
Yeah. You told me that the other day.
Yep, that WBC, man, because they take priority over the other 2 sanctioning bodies. So, for whatever reason, I don't know how they sort that thing out, but it's already been established. Suleiman said they're going to make the announcement. Should be this weekend or next weekend?
I think Suleiman said it was this week sometime.
Yeah. So, there you go. I mean, it is what it is, but this is the deal right here. This is what I was trying to tell people, man. When these fighters have these belts and these fighters are on a straight trajectory on how they want to set their career up and how they want their fights to go and how they see things going for them. I mean, these motherfuckers got to understand that just because you want me today don't mean you in my plans. Like, you can make your way into my plans, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it, but I got motherfuckers I'm trying to fight. You know what I'm saying? And this is why I've always, same shit with Keith Thurman when he was doing that shit to Spence, right? Yeah, Keith Thurman had bigger fish he was trying to fry. He had other things he was trying to get done. He was trying to get accomplished and everything. You understand what I'm saying? At that particular time, I don't think he was a champion, though. I think he was the mandatory for Floyd, right? I want to say.
Yeah, he was. He was the mandatory for Floyd, and then they eventually made him the WBA super.
Yeah. So
champion or some shit.
So exactly. So even in that case, right there, Keith was trying to, Keith was trying to get the fights that he wanted to get him to where he was going to be a champion, right? And then even after he got that fight, he always wanted Mayweather. He always wanted Pacquiao. He always said he would want to get in there with Sean. And, obviously Danny came later down the line when he picked up that WBC, right? But it's no different. Like he said, he always was going to fight Errol Spence Jr. He just wasn't in the immediate plans. It's no different with the same situation what Errol did with Crawford, right? Now that's different because that ended up lining up exactly how it was supposed to line up as far as Undisputed is concerned. See what I'm saying? So it's different in that sense because it's a bigger fight. It's a better fight. And I do think right now those 2 guys are probably the best in the division for sure. So as far as from what I can see, right? So yeah, that ended up lining up exactly like it was supposed to. Now it's a little different from Keith's perspective, but the concept is the same of, hey, look, I understand you want to fight me, but I'm not going to make my career choices based off what you want to do right now at this minute. This shit mapped out. It's planned out. You know what I mean? And Errol Spence needs to fight Keith, bro. Like they say, Crawford said, hey, I'm hearing that the fight going to happen. I hope it does, because if I can't get Crawford, I take Keith Thurman as a replacement.
Yeah. That's a great fight. That's a
Yeah,
great fight.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody
I
will
mean,
take that
yeah,
fight.
exactly. I think it's a much better fight than Avenesian. Not a knock on
Yeah,
Crawford or anything,
yeah,
but
it is.
it's just a better fight. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For sure, it is. I know they keep talking about Ryan Garcia and Tank. I don't see the fight happening, man. I don't see the Ryan Garcia and the Tank fight happening. I just is Ryan Garcia just playing off a Tank name or what is he doing? I don't understand what Ryan Garcia doing from one day to the next, man.
Well, well. I mean, I don't know what Ryan is doing either, but um, one thing I can say for sure, Ryan Garcia is saying, or at least typing out all the right stuff, right?
Hmm.
But I don't know how much of it is like real deal. Like I need this, and I don't know how much of it is like just banter. You know what I'm saying? So I would like to hope that this dude is serious. I would like to hope that Tank Davis is taking this opportunity seriously. But my deal is like, why won't you fight Ryan Garcia, Tank? Because I think you can potentially beat the guy with no problems. I mean, he does have a lot of flaws in his game. He's been put down before. I mean, everybody knows that you're a, a knockout puncher. I
Hmm.
mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. If not, let Ryan get in there with Rolly Ramiro. I'll watch that.
Yeah, I watched that.
Yeah, I'll watch that.
Okay, so if Tank and Ryan fight, who you got? Was
I'm
that a
probably gonna
rhetorical
roll.
question?
I'm probably gonna roll with Tank because I just think that Ryan Garcia is. I think he has a lot of flaws in his game on the defensive side. And
Hmm.
even sometimes when I say defensive side, I'm talking about when he's in the act of being an offensive fighter. He really makes a lot of mistakes defensively, right?
Hmm.
Sometimes he overreaches with his jab. Sometimes when he throws his hooks, he leaves his chin exposed. That's the kind of shit that Tank Davis can see and notice. And Tank is an excellent counterpuncher, and he will wait to land that one big punch. We've seen him do it. Um, and I think I don't know if I think the experience is going to get Ryan. Now, if Ryan goes in and just jabs him, one-twos him every now and then, throw a decent flurry, nothing that's going to get him in too much trouble, I think he
Hmm.
can have some success against Tank. But the problem is, um, all it's going to take is that one mistake. And I think if you make that one mistake against Tank, that shit is definitely going to cost you, bro.
You
Going to
don't
cost
think
you.
Ryan's length will give Tank problems? You don't think his length will give him problems?
Yeah, I think his range will give him a ton of problems. That's why I said if he comes in, stays behind the jab, throws 1-2 every now and then, if he gets in the proper situation where he can throw maybe a 3-piece or something like that, or a small flurry, make it exciting. I think he'll be good. But um, if Ryan comes in and makes that one mistake where he overreaches on his jab or he throws a wild hook and his chin is exposed, I mean, you can kiss the baby because that's all it's going to take for Tank to finish him. I mean, once Tank hurts you, it's going to be hard to get up out of there, bro. I ain't going to lie to you because he is a hard-hitting son of a gun. I mean, we can't deny that, right?
Hmm.
Um, and we can all see that um, Ryan Garcia does make some fundamental mistakes that an experienced professional typically wouldn't make. I mean, honestly, somebody coming out of the amateurs sometimes wouldn't make these mistakes, right? But he does make them sometimes. I mean, sometimes that just comes with the kind of fighter that you are, right?
Hmm.
Um, like I'll give an example, like Cotto. As much as I like Cotto, I think Cotto made a lot of fundamental mistakes through his whole career in fighting certain guys. You know, I just think he did some things unordinarily that I wouldn't consider to be very technical inside of the ring, considering how experienced he was, right?
What did he do? What did he do to you that you didn't like as far as his technique? I thought Cotto had a nice compact technique.
So but see, that was the problem. So when Cotto was on when Cotto was on the defensive, he didn't move his feet very much, right? So a lot of times when I would watch him, if Cotto went up in the high guard and he was trying to evade a punch or move or potentially make a move to set up a punch or something like that, he wouldn't move his feet very much. And his high guard to me used to always seem like it was extremely loose, right? It was, to me, his high guard was almost the illusion of a high guard and not necessarily a high guard to block punches. Because I've seen on too many occasions where people punch behind the high guard, punch straight through the high guard, went up underneath the high guard, and Cotto would be getting hit all the time. And I think that was because he wasn't moving his feet properly. He wasn't taking the right angles. So from a technical standpoint, people will tell you, man, if you go up in the high guard, you don't want to just kind of ball up and stand there. You want to go in the high guard and you want to have that torso movement, right? Head movement where you can maneuver, you know, and I say torso movement, head movement, because obviously I don't think Cotto's footwork was that great. So even more of a reason to have that torso and head movement to get you out of the way of those punches. And he never really did that to me, especially in the mid to late rounds. It was almost like target practice on a lot of occasions. If he got in there with somebody who could really push that threshold and come forward against him. But I love Cotto. He's one of my favorite.
Yeah, Cotto was an animal. How you think Cotto will fare against these welterweights today, though?
Honestly, I think he would do good. I think he would. I mean, especially like against a guy like Errol Spence, right? I think he would do good against a guy like that. You know what I mean? Especially young Cotto. But as far as Cotto's style, I liked his style because he was, now from a technical standpoint of him fighting behind the jab in combination, I did like that about him, to me, because I think that's a style that is never going to get old. It's like boxing 101 almost to me, right? Fight behind the jab, create your offense from the jab, pick your shots when you're supposed to. You know, I think Cotto was a good representation of that. I just think from a defensive standpoint, I just think that mid to late parts of the fight, I just didn't like how he would play defense when he would put up that high guard, wouldn't be moving his feet very much, wouldn't be having torso or head movement, and his guard just never seemed like extremely stiff. It seemed like people could always get around it if they wanted to sacrifice. If they wanted to sacrifice and wasn't worried about getting countered, because it is a bit, he will counter the fuck out you. So you don't get it twisted, right? He will counter you. If you wanted to sacrifice on potentially not getting countered, yeah, you can do something on that right there. But it is what it is, man. Like I said, I love Cotto, man. But Keith Thurman and Errol Spence, they definitely need to get in the ring with one another.
How you see the fight going? They get it.
Man,
they get in there, announce the fight. How you see the fight going?
Man, I see Errol doing what Errol do, man. You know, body attack, head body, trying to walk Keith down. I mean, that's just kind of how I see it going. And I see Keith trying to pick and choose his shots whenever he can. You know.
You know what I seen? The last two opponents, and I believe Ugas got it from Sean Porter. Do you notice what I seen with the last two opponents that he fought? And I think Danny Garcia did it a couple times, but Danny Garcia don't throw enough punches. What I seen was, and Kenny Kenny Porter said it in the corner. He told his son, and this is what I've been telling people this for a little while, even before they did it. He told his son, give up the body shot and counter upstairs. He told his son, remember what we did in training camp. Give up the body, counter him upstairs. Because with a body, see, this is why people don't do sustained body attacks really, because and I do commend Errol Spence for doing it because he's very, very committed to it. The reason why guys really don't do it is because when you can get countered by fighting, a counter puncher can counter you when you throwing that body shot. Because sometimes even Errol Spence, sometimes he'll do this. Sometimes he'll reach for the body instead of closing the distance with his feet. Sometimes he will reach for the body, and that's when you can get countered. And I seen Sean Porter counter him pretty good, and I seen Ugas counter him pretty good. Even though he beat Ugas up the way he did, Ugas was countering him when he was going to the body. And I think when he fights somebody like a Keith Thurman, who's more explosive, who's a more explosive fighter and a more explosive counterpuncher, I believe Keith Thurman will look at both of those fights. And now, yeah, people will say, well, he's soft to the body, right? Keith Thurman does have people tend to hit that button a lot on Keith Thurman for some reason. For some reason. Now I have had that button hit in sparring plenty of times. Not plenty of times. I have had it hit, and when you hit that button, there's nothing you can do. It's like your body shut down a little bit. But Keith Thurman to me have done very well recouping after getting hit to the body. He's done very well. Now he will gallop around the ring. I don't see nothing wrong with that because if any of them people that think that galloping around the ring after you get hit on that button is not what's good to do, get hit, go get hit on that button, and then you will see what I'm talking about. Is Keith Thurman, yeah, he will gallop around the ring and people will give him hell for it, but not me because he's just trying to recover. But if I was Keith Thurman and if I was in his corner, I would tell him, we're going to give him the body shots. Now, we're not going to stay up against the ropes because that's when Errol Spence's body attack is really vicious, when you got your back up against the ropes. That's why Sean Porter kept turning him on the ropes. He wouldn't give Errol Spence that sustained body attack on them ropes. But we have to stay off the ropes and we have to keep the fight in the center of the ring. One thing about Keith Thurman, until he get hurt to the body, he can keep and command the fight in the center of the ring. Better than most fighters. You know what I'm saying? Errol Spence is a guy that commands the fight in the center of the ring, but what he has to do, he just have to avoid hitting the ropes. He has to avoid getting his back up against the ropes. I think it's a 50-50 fight. It can go either way. I'm gonna go with my boy Keith Thurman, but it can go either way. I wouldn't be surprised if Errol Spence stopped him to the body. I wouldn't be surprised if Keith Thurman stopped him to the head, because I didn't see Errol Spence. When you throw more than one punch at Errol Spence himself likes to go into a shell. Errol Spence doesn't transition from offense to defense in one fell swoop. It's like Errol Spence likes to get into his offense, and then when he in his defense, he likes to stay in his defense. He doesn't slip punches and then come with a counter. So Keith Thurman don't have to worry about that. But what Keith Thurman will have to worry about is getting past that jab, getting past Keith Thurman's jab, and I see the fight going either way.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, man. I think Keith Thurman has good lateral movement. When he uses it, a lot of times when he gets sloppy, he wants to defensively step straight back to avoid punches. That's not going to work against Errol Spence Jr. He's going to have to use his lateral movement to keep the fight in the middle of the ring. So I agree with the sense of him not allowing EJ to push him up against those ropes, right? I do think Kenny Porter and Sean Porter had an amazing game plan against Errol Spence Jr. And they had a lot of success. You understand what I'm saying? You know, without that knockdown, who knows how that fight would have went. It was one of the best Sean Porters we could see in that circumstance against a fighter like Errol Spence Jr., right? But I do think Keith Thurman is going to be hitting a whole lot harder than Sean Porter did. And if Sean Porter could tag Earl, because he had some success in that fight, throwing with Errol Spence Jr. I give the speed advantage to Keith. I give the power advantage to Keith. I give the relentlessness and the body attack to Errol Spence Jr. The footwork, we'll just have to see how that works out, because Keith Thurman can get a little lazy with his footwork, right? We all seen it. Josecito Lopez caught him. Even my man who fought against Tank, I can't think his name right now. He caught him a few times. Yeah, man. So, Keith is gonna have to be very, very focused against a guy like Errol Spence Jr., because it's going to be nonstop coming forward as long as the fight lasts. And against a guy like that, you got to be on your P's and Q's, but he's going to have to use that lateral movement and do what he do, man. Turn back into one time. You know what I'm saying? Because if he one time, I got him stopping EJ. You know what I'm saying? If he look anything, he looked like, against Guerrero and all them cats, he's stopping them, period. So that is what it is. But we'll see.
I hear that Caleb Plant and Benavidez supposed to be fighting. Is that on the docket? Because that'll be a really good fight. Caleb Plant and Jose. I got Jose Benavidez in the fight, but Caleb Plant can fight. Caleb Plant can move. When I seen Jose Benavidez fight, who was that? The Darrell brother, the older Darrell. I mean, the Darrell just got knocked out by Caleb Plant. When I see him fight against him, when he was moving against Benavidez was not good at cutting off the ring. I was kind of concerned that he wasn't. Now he eventually wore him down, but I don't think that he can wear Caleb Plant down like that. So he will have to work on cutting off the ring, because one thing you don't want to do is follow somebody around that can punch. And I believe Caleb Plant, he does have a nice pop on him. Benavidez cannot, follow him around the ring. He will have to cut off the ring with punches. I don't like fighters cutting off the ring and don't bring the punches. Like, how some fighters cut off the ring and then now they trying to punch and then the guy's gone. That's why I keep on saying that I like Lomachenko, because Lomachenko not only closes the distance and cut off the ring on you, he actually punches as he's doing it to stop you in your tracks so he can get more punches off potentially. Benavidez does have a really good continuously jab. He is long. That's one thing that Benavidez got in his corner. He's very long. He got long arms, and when he jabs long too. He gets that jab all the way out there. You know what I'm saying? It's not like halfway. It's not like a pawn jab. He actually throws his jab like he's throwing a power punch. So, Caleb Plant will try to counter that with his foot movement. You know what I'm saying? And his side-to-side movement, his in and out movement. Caleb Plant is a pretty good athlete. You know what I'm saying? He''s an underrated athlete, because I know people look at him like he's white. So maybe they don't look at him as being a pretty good, but he's a pretty good athlete up in there. He kind of moves like like Caleb Plant got that, like the traditional, what they call the black fight style, the slick style. You know what I'm saying? You know how they call it, the slipping, the moving, the defense, transition into the offense. So I also think that's a 50-50 fight. I got Benavidez potentially by stoppage. If he can cut off the ring on Caleb Plant, I got him stopping Caleb Plant. If he has a hard time cutting off the ring, then this fight can go to the scorecards, and then it is what it is. It's a close fight if he can't cut off the ring on Caleb Plant.
Yeah, man, let me tell you something, man. I think Caleb is I think Caleb is a complete fighter. You know what I mean? I would like them to get a little bit better on the defensive end when somebody pushes them back. I would like them to box more. I know a lot of times he likes to kind of do a little thing where he dips his head down and kind of turns in a circle, and that's how Canelo caught that eyeball. That's how Canelo hit that ball with that whoopsie. But Yeah, I mean, defensively, I think he needs to get better. But I do think he's a complete fighter. Um, with all things being equal, I do think he has very decent power. I think he has very good foot movement. I think he can take a shot. Um, he's a good fighter, man. I think Caleb Plant is a really really good overall complete fighter. Um, Now Benavidez, on the other hand, I do think Benavidez is a different kind of fighter. Now, when I say a different kind of fighter, um, he's he's first of all, he's big as hell for the division. Let's start there, right? The next thing I say, we all would probably agree that he has pretty decent power, if not really, really great power for the division. Um, I think he does a bunch of things good. I think when he's not bullshitting and playing around, he does work behind his jab. And he throws great combinations. He creates his offense. His offense is his best defense, right? Because we all know he's stuck in the mud as far as his footwork is concerned. Um, but he has good patience, though. It's one thing I noticed about him. He had extremely good patience against Darrell. Darrell was doing a lot of good stuff, styling on him, good footwork and movement. He just stayed consistent throughout the route, throughout the rounds, threw his punches where he could, and when he had opportunities to capitalize off a combination, he let his hands go. So I think, to say the least, it's going to be a very interesting fight. I think it's going to be a very good fight. Um, but right now, I haven't yet picked who I'm gonna pick to win that fight. But I do think it's gonna be extremely close. It's a 50-50 fight without a doubt in my mind. And honestly, this is the best fighter that Benavidez has been in the ring with. So we'll see what it is that he really has to offer as well.
Okay, free smoke. Go ahead and talk about it. Keith Thurman, you say Keith Thurman gonna get killed by Spence, right? Go ahead and talk about it. Go ahead. Get it off your
Man,
chest.
it wasn't even be close, man. You seen his last fight? Come on, man. Y'all can't be for real, man. Y'all
Okay,
can't be.
I'm gonna tell you why I'm for real. I don't just pick guys off of the potential that they are a boogeyman or they unbeatable. I go by styles. I just go by styles of fights. Because if you get caught up in that this guy is gonna kill this guy because you think this guy is the boogeyman or you think this guy is this or that, that's fine. I mean, if that's how you want to approach it. But I've been watching this boxing thing for over 30 years, and I understand that there's no such thing as a boogeyman. Because when I was younger, it was Mike Tyson, and Mike Tyson got beat. And when after Mike Tyson got beat, I found out the boogeyman don't exist in boxing because anybody can get beat. So this is my thing. Errol Spence he's a great fighter. He got some great things that he does that will give Keith Thurman nightmares if Keith Thurman don't do A, B, and C. Keith Thurman has things in his arsenal. See, people looking at Keith Thurman like his last couple of fights, he didn't perform well. And I get it. I get what you're saying. His last couple of fights, he did not look good, but he still won. Okay. And the name of the game is getting that victory. So long as you get that victory, you can work on things after you get the victory. It's a whole lot better when you winning than working on things when you're losing. So Keith Thurman did win. Now, I will agree with you. It wasn't the best of Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman been out on injuries and things of that nature. Keith Thurman had trouble, to me, in my opinion, staying in shape in between fights. He looks pudgy sometimes, but I've been seeing Keith Thurman interviews and I seen that he's in shape. He looks like his face is not pudgy. So it looked like Keith Thurman is in the gym and being in shape. If Keith Thurman can do what he does, that Keith Thurman does, yes, this is a 50-50 fight, man. Keith Thurman is very,
Man.
hold on. Keith Thurman is very explosive. Keith Thurman is the more explosive fighter in this fight.
What?
In this fight, Keith Thurman is the most explosive. He's the better athlete. His foot movement is better. And in boxing, your foot movement actually helps you. Now, I get it that Keith Thurman, he gets hurt to the body. And Errol Spence is a powerful body puncher. I get that. Keith Thurman has things that he do in the ring that can avoid him getting that body attack on him, as Errol Spence like to put it on people. Keith Thurman,
That's where you can start.
huh?
That's where you can start too.
No. To me, Ugas made some technical things, some technical mistakes in that fight that I thought was bad for Ugas. First of all, Ugas, instead of him trying to angle on which I thought he was going to do, I thought he was going to try to come off on some angles on Errol Spence. He stayed right down the middle. You can't stay right down the middle because Errol Spence got a really good jab, and the jab is what really had Ugas in trouble. It was the jab. It wasn't the body attack. It wasn't Errol Spence. Errol Spence didn't have to do a whole lot of offense in that fight because Ugas could not avoid a jab, and the jab is what got him in trouble. He couldn't. He didn't counter off the jab. He didn't counter the jab. So that's what fighters are missing today.
But then you just dominate Pacquiao. Then Keith lose to Pacquiao.
No, hold on. Are you trying to use that as to how people
I'm
get
just
beat?
saying.
Because I can tell you how guys beat guys and can't beat this guy, but can beat this guy. I mean, that's.
I'm just saying how easy it was. I'm just talking about how easy it was.
Let me jump in. Let me jump in real quick. So this is what I'm gonna tell you right here. Sean Porter to me fought Errol Spence Jr. better than anybody I'd ever seen him fight outside of Kell Brook. Okay. I don't think Sean Porter is a better fighter than Bud Crawford. I don't think Sean Porter is a better fight than Keith Thurman. Obviously, they got in the ring, and Sean Porter's not better than Danny Garcia. As we saw, he beat Danny. So I say that to say this right here. If Sean Porter can get in the ring and make it a competitive fight with Errol Spence Jr., I absolutely think that Keith Thurman, to me, it's all about tangible skills. I definitely think that Keith Thurman has the tangible skills to make the fight difficult for Errol Spence Jr. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, Earl is relentless. You understand what I'm saying? And I like Earl. But he does get hit. He does get hit. He was getting hit by
hit, but do he get hurt when he be getting hit?
Yeah. I've seen him take a few steps back and have to regroup himself. Yeah.
But was he hurt? Did he stagger? Was he in trouble? Was he ever in trouble?
Yeah, against Kell Brook. You didn't watch the Kell Brook fight?
So he was in trouble in that Kell Brook fight.
Bro, he was down on the scorecard. What the fuck are you talking about?
You said hurt. You said hurt.
What are you talking about?
When was he in trouble? I'm saying he was hurt.
Bro, just because you don't fall down and you're not drunk, don't mean nobody ain't hitting you and it hurt, bro. Like, all that shit hurt, fam. Like, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about, was he in trouble or losing that fight hurt? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, if you down on the scorecards, you're in trouble of losing the fight.
I ain't talking about the score. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about getting punched and getting hurt.
I mean, he's never lost. So, I mean, that's like it's a ridiculous question. I mean,
because everybody's
undefeated. Like, what are you talking about?
I'm saying Floyd, he got rocked. I mean, people get rocked, but like I say, he never got rocked. He can take a hit.
Nah, he didn't miss Stone a couple times.
Hey, you need to go look at one of Errol Spence fights when he fought that African guy that hit him with that hook. He was hurt. Go look at that fight.
What's his name?
I mean, if you banking the fight on Errol Spence not getting hurt, that's not a good. That's not a good. You may not see returns from that bank, bro.
I'm saying if he giving it, he taking it. I'm saying they go both ways, but I'm saying they gonna get the worst end of that. Ask you. I'm just saying you can try to trade with him, but it ain't gonna work.
Nah, I don't know if you want to trade with Keith Thurman, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Man, come on, man.
Hey, look. See. No.
Power he got?
No.
What kind of sockets he breaking? What kind of eye sockets he breaking? What kind of ribs he breaking?
Hold on.
You acting like that boy name ain't one. He got the nickname one time because that's what he was doing. He was putting them down, bro. Like, what are you saying?
So he can still do that?
Yes, he can still do that.
I think he still can.
What happened to his last two fights?
Yeah, he can still do that.
What happened to his last 2 fights?
He put didn't he put what's the name down? He didn't put the last guy down, but he put the guy before that down. He put what's the name down though. He put dude down in the first in the first half of the fight. Who was that he came back and fought? Remember?
No, it was
what was that dude?
And it was
who else before Barrios?
Pacquiao. That was the last 2.
No. I'm talking about his comeback. Oh, my fault. Yeah, you're right. Before Pacquiao, he had put that guy down. No, he had put the guy down before he fought Pacquiao. He had put that guy on the canvas.
Man,
Jose Cito.
Y'all be sadly mistaken, bro. I hope they do fight.
Yeah, Jose Cito.
Oh my goodness.
Hold on. But I'm gonna say this too.
Bro.
Keith Thurman only loss came to Pacquiao, who's a legend. Okay, Pacquiao is a legend. Now you can say he was old. Yeah, you can say he was old, but Roberto Duran was beating guys when he was old too. So guys that can fight, and Bernard Hopkins was beating guys when he was old too. So when you got these great fighters, they can still upset you even when they're old, my dude. That's just what it is. That's why they're great fighters.
Ain't got it, bro. I've seen his last 2 fights, bro. He just ain't got it no more, bro.
Look, so if Keith Thurman go in there and fight Errol Spence to a decision, and this is a tough fight, then what you gonna say about Earl? You gonna say Earl don't have it? Because remember, you just said Keith Thurman don't have it. Oh no, because that can happen. You know that can happen, right? You know Keith Thurman can get in here and fight a great fight, and they can have a great fight. Errol Spence might still come out on top. But if Keith Thurman go in there and make this guy and get this guy into the you know what I'm saying, to a really good back and forth fight, and just so happen he may win it on the scorecards, then that means that you're gonna have to feel a certain way against Errol Spence then, because you're gonna have to say, well, Errol Spence, you be the guy
I'm saying
there was
Spence
a
ain't gonna lose. A win is a win. I'm saying he's not gonna lose. He's not in no danger or nothing.
And you see, Phil, now a win is a win. When I told him Keith Thurman was winning, a win is not a win. So come on, man.
I'm talking about his last two.
Just stop it, man. Just stop it, dude.
Bro, you can't be for real.
But you
can't be for real.
No. You just said.
You think Keith Thurman got a chance?
Hold on. Yes. You saying Keith Thurman? Keith Thurman
got a chance.
You saying Keith Thurman?
Man, he ain't got no weight in the world.
You just said Keith Thurman didn't look good, right? So when I said if Keith Thurman go in there and fight Errol Spence to a tooth and nail fight, you gonna say, well, a win is a win. You can't have it both ways.
Anything can happen. You're right. A win is a win. Anything can happen. But I'm telling you, he ain't gonna make it.
Okay.
I don't know what y'all see to think that he can have a little bit of chance of winning that fight. He has no chance.
When was the last time Keith Thurman got stopped in a fight?
Bruh, when the last time he fought Spence?
No. Can I ask you a question? I'm saying, when did he get stopped in the fight? I'm asking you a question, and then I'm gonna go to the Spence. I'm gonna answer the Spence thing. When have Keith Thurman ever got stopped in a fight?
I don't know. He probably never got stopped in a fight.
Okay. So when has he ever got stopped to the body? When have he got hit in the body and Keith Thurman took a knee? When have you ever seen that?
Bro, what does that mean?
I'm asking you because I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get this notion that people think that Keith Thurman is this like a bum or something. Like he's a bum and he hasn't done anything.
He looked like a bum in his last two fights.
Now I'm gonna go to the Errol Spence thing. Why didn't Errol Spence stop Mikey Garcia?
He was proving a point in that fight.
Okay,
everybody was saying he can't box, he can't do this.
Okay,
so he boxed.
Phil, I got him. Phil, I got him. Phil, I got him.
He couldn't stop him, bro.
I got him, Phil.
Man,
what Mikey Garcia at now? Okay, he couldn't stop him, all right.
Hey, look.
What Mikey Garcia doing now?
Hey, Free Smoke, I want you to go back and look at that fight. Round 7. Do you know what Derrick James told Errol Spence? Derrick James said it's time to get him up out of here. That's what Derrick James told him, and he still didn't get him up out of there. He still went the whole 12 rounds. So that was the guy that came up from 2 weight classes. So you didn't stop him. You didn't stop Danny. You didn't stop Sean Porter. I thought Sean Porter beat you. You didn't beat you.
Yeah, he just came back from that car accident when he fought Danny.
Man, I don't give a damn.
What about Sean Porter? What about Sean Porter? He didn't stop Sean Porter.
Hey, and he still won. Yeah, Sean Porter was a tough cat.
Okay, but okay. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah,
That's fine.
Keith
That's
Thurman
fine.
did him dirty though.
That's
Who won
fine.
that fight?
Keith Thurman beat Sean Porter. Yeah, he beat Sean Porter.
He punished him.
Oh man, yeah, he did. Go
He
look at
punished
Sean
him.
Porter
Okay.
went to the hospital after that fight. Sean Porter went to the hospital after the fight. Sean Porter went to the hospital after that fight.
It was fight of the year.
Yeah, Sean Porter did not even do the post-fight interview. He went to the hospital after that fight. Ask Sean Porter. He went to the hospital after that fight. He had to go to the hospital, man.
So did Manny Pacquiao after the Keith Thurman fight.
He was concussed. Sean Porter was concussed. He'll tell you.
And so did Manny Pacquiao. Pacquiao said, man, I ain't never been hit like that before, and I'd have been damn near dead in the ring.
I ain't hear that.
Keith really hitting hard. Like, I don't know what you think this is, bro. That boy really.
Bro.
They think the man. They think the man is a bum. They think Keith Thurman is a bum, man. They think
he washed up, bro.
Okay, he's washed up. Okay.
So you think he gonna wash? You think he gonna wash Keith?
Huh?
You think he gonna wash Keith?
So that means Errol Spence better stop Keith Thurman. Anything less than the stoppage, that means that's terrible.
Yeah,
you less than the stoppage.
You gotta get stopped if you're a bum.
Anything less than the stoppage, because right now Keith Thurman has never been stopped. So Errol Spence has to do everything. Yeah. So
you saying I take that bet then. I take that he ain't gonna stop Keith.
Oh, I'm saying Spence.
Oh, look at this. Look.
You say you're a bum.
No. You said it's a 50-50. I'm saying he gonna win. It ain't no 50-50.
I got Keith Thurman winning the fight. I got Keith Thurman winning the fight.
Oh my God.
I got Keith Thurman winning the fight, but I got Terrence Crawford stopping Errol Spence though, and I take that bet. Today, right now, I take that fight right now.
I'm taking all bets.
Yeah, I take Terrence Crawford for stoppage right now.
Stoppage.
All he doing is stopping these welterweights. That's all he see. One guy is actually stopping guys. I'm talking about stopping them. He stopped Jeff Horn. Hold on, he stopped Jeff Horn. He stopped Benavidez. Okay, Jeff Horn beat Pacquiao. Jeff Horn beat Pacquiao. See. Okay, Jeff Horn beat Pacquiao. He stopped Jeff Horn. He stopped Kell Brook. He stopped Sean Porter, who never been stopped.
Kell Brook, Sean Porter. Okay,
this dude said Sean Porter was old. He stopped.
He
Sean
retired,
Porter.
right?
Sean Porter had never been stopped before. He had never been stopped before. He got stopped by the great.
Yeah, he contemplated retirement before that fight.
The great Sean Porter, the great Terrence Crawford. They're stopping everything at welterweight. See,
man, you just told us how tough Sean Porter was, man.
Yeah, he old now. He old now.
I'm saying he be tough or not though, but I'm confused.
Hey, he old now. He retired, bro.
Is he tough or not though?
He retired.
Is he tough or not?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he was tough. Before he got old and retired, he done.
Well, he retired.
So he wasn't old against EJ.
He wasn't old.
Nah, he wasn't old then.
Oh, he wasn't.
He damn near lost to EJ, bro. Like, let's cut the bullshit.
Yeah. He damn near lost it. I mean, I had him losing to Sean Porter. I had Sean Porter winning the fight, but that's nevertheless Errol Spence got the victory on black and white. So I'm not here to argue that. But what I do know is Keith Thurman and Errol Spence is a 50-50 fight. Look. I get that you believe in the boogeyman. See, y'all boogeyman is Errol Spence.
I ain't saying nothing about no
Errol Spence
boogeyman.
get beat, in boxing, you never gonna believe in a boogeyman again. See I was the same way with Mike Tyson. I was the same way with Mike Tyson. When I was 13 years old and I was watching that fight and he was fighting Buster Douglas, I was like, "Come on,
man, he should have won that fight.
This fight gonna be over in one round.
He should have won that fight.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Yeah, extra time to get up, but it is what it is,
man." But see, people fail to realize in that fight though, James Buster Douglas was giving that man a boxing lesson even before the knockdown. He was giving Mike Tyson a boxing lesson before the knockdown, man. It's not like Mike Tyson was beating him all the way up into the knockdown. No, Buster Douglas was giving that boy a boxing lesson. Period, point blank.
And then what happened when he fought somebody else?
Buster Douglas has had a great night. he lost against Holyfield.
I think Mike was on something that night.
No, Mike wasn't on nothing.
He was on something that night. He ain't look like Mike. He ain't look like Mike that night.
No, I want to hear that. When you step between
He
those
definitely
ropes,
did.
you step between those ropes. Step between the ropes. You are getting prepared to be to ready to fight.
When it's your time to lose, it's your time to lose.
Yeah,
he was
right.
on something. Right. Buster Douglas got extra time to get up.
No, he ain't get no extra time to get up. He ain't get no extra time.
He did. Go back and look at it.
I seen it 1,000 times, man. I seen it in real time. He didn't get no extra time to get up. He didn't get no extra time to get up, man. He ain't get no extra time.
He got a little, just a little bit extra time to get up.
No, I don't want to hear that. Mike Tyson. If Mike Tyson would have handled his business, we wouldn't be talking about no extra time to get up.
I'm trying to think why the conspiracy is with Buster. Why out of all fighters they wanted a conspiracy to be with Buster fucking Douglas?
I don't know,
because he a bum, man. That's why.
Out of all the conspiracies, they gonna make the shit be with Buster fucking Douglas.
Yeah, I get it.
And niggas be fucking crazy, bro. Like, come on, man, you sound crazy. I bet you think Tyson Fury got more time against Wilder too, don't you?
Probably.
He didn't.
No, he didn't, man. No, he didn't. He didn't.
Man, come on, man.
No, because look. You need to read. Look, y'all need to read. Not you, Phil. Y'all need to read the boxing bylaws. It's not a 10 count. It's the referee's 10 count, because I can count to 10. You can count to 10 and Phil can count to 10. We probably gonna get to 10 at a different pace. So it's not a 10 count. It's the referee's 10 count.
Not a 10-second count.
No, it's not a 10-second count. It's a 10 count by the person that's counting. Is his pace. Whatever pace he counts at, that's his pace. You cannot say he need to count at my pace. No, he can't count at my pace. He's not going to count at Phil pace. He's not going to count at your pace. He's going to count at his pace. And that's why y'all get so confused when y'all say that he got extra time, because you're going by your pace. And it's not your pace.
It's actually two people counting too, by the way.
Yeah.
Outside the ring counting, and you got the inside of the man in the inside the ring, the referee that's counting. Mm-hmm. Just in case, for whatever reason, the referee got to stop the count. He goes directly to that person and picks up exactly where they are.
Yeah, that is true. That's true.
So you really got two people counting. Like, I don't know what y'all want. 3? Y'all want 14? to count? Like, what's going on?
Hey, man. It's always
a conspiracy. A man on the ground, bro. Just count to 10, bro. That's all.
Okay, so that you are correct. Count to 10, but it's not a 10 count, 10-second count. Like, it's not like they put a timer on and they say, well, okay, when this timer get to 10,
well, maybe they should put a time on.
Maybe they should.
That'll settle everything.
That's not how. But fighting when it first started, they didn't have a 10 count at all. I mean, they just if you get up, you get up. They just go until somebody can't get up. And then
that's why they were fighting fucking 80 rounds.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah. So now it's a lot easier for these fighters. Now they got a 10 count. So now you can get up if you can make the 10 count, which Tyson Fury clearly made the 10 count, man. If you see the fight, the man clearly made the 10 count. I mean, he clearly made it.
Okay.
It was a great punch. Look. It was a great punch by Wilder. That was a great count. That was the most devastating 1-2 hard punch I've ever seen in boxing. That Wilder pulled off in that fight. I was like, God dang. Man, I thought the fight was over. I'm like,
everybody thought that fight was over.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought it was over, but the man got up.
Yeah, he rose up like the Undertaker.
It was over. I ain't gonna lie to you. I say, ain't no way this boy Wilder can beat the Gypsy King. Not in a million fucking years.
Now that second fight, see, the first fight I had Wilder winning because I didn't think that Tyson Fury, the guys that he fought leading up to the fight, I didn't think that he was strong enough because he didn't look like Tyson Fury. So I was like, in this fight right here, I'm gonna have to give it to Wilder because Wilder been active. Wilder been knocking guys out. Wilder been looking strong. But the second fight, I said Tyson Fury gonna knock him out because when Tyson Fury got up and started walking towards Wilder and hitting Wilder with those power shots, and Wilder say he told y'all he didn't feel it, but trust me, he felt. Anytime a guy that big hit you in the face, you feel it. I don't care what nobody say. So when he started walking towards him, a light bulb went out in Tyson Fury's head. It was like, oh, let me put this guy on his back foot. So after that fight, when he put him in his back on the back foot at the end of that fight, the second fight, I said, oh, he gonna stop him. And now people, oh no, he's not gonna stop. No, he's not gonna stop Deontay Wilder. Okay. Because I understand styles. I understand what I'm looking at. I understand when you fight a power puncher, you put him on his back foot because you don't want him to generate power going forward. And Wilder likes to generate power going forward. If you give Wilder room, he's going to knock you out. If you give him room to come forward, he's going to knock you out. You have to push Wilder back. And then Wilder stopped using his jab too. And that's another thing that Wilder downfall. He stopped using his jab after that first Thurman fight. I thought Wilder fought beautifully in that first Jermaine Thurman fight when he was fighting behind his jab and his power was coming behind the jab. He just fell in love with his power, which most power punchers do. They fall in love with their power. Right now, Wilder knocked out Helenius. He's back on his power thing. He needs to use his jab when he starts fighting people like Usyk. If he get another shot, he just can't beat Fury. I ain't gonna even say if he get another shot with Fury. I don't even want to see
nobody in the world can beat Fury.
Yeah, I don't want to see him in the ring with Fury again. I don't want to see Wilder in the ring.
Yeah, Fury, he ain't nothing but a big old freak, man. That's a big man that can move his feet and he can box.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. He's a big freak. He's a big freak. Well, Deontay Wilder's a freak himself, but Deontay Wilder limits himself by not using his jab. He doesn't use it. I don't know what is wrong with this man that he don't want to use his jab. Dude, you so fucking long. You like a long, tall Tommy Hearns. Tommy Hearns, Manuel Stewart had Tommy Hearns using his jab. See, if Manuel Stewart had Wilder would be devastating. If Emmanuel Stewart got a hold of Wilder, Wilder would have been crazy with it. Yes, he would have been nuts with it.
Yep.
I just think that Wilder, the people that the dude that was training him, I don't think he really had command of the corner. I don't think Mark Breland had command of the corner of telling Wilder, like, look, man, because I used to hear Breland in some of his fights tell him, use your jab, man. I used to hear Breland in some fights say, use your jab, because if Wilder used his jab, do you know how much more devastating his power would be? And if he hook off the jab, Wilder never hooked off. If he mixed it in, body shots, the man would have been crazy.
Awesome, bro. He would have been awesome.
Now I still think him and Fury would have been Fury. See, Fury is, I'm gonna tell you, and you said Fury was a freak, and you're right. See, what makes Fury so tough is the man move on his feet like a middleweight.
Yeah.
To be that tall and awkward looking, he can move like a middleweight. I mean, he bounces on his feet and just, it's crazy.
Yep. And circles around him.
Man, his dimensions, his range. This is the problem, right? If Fury was just a little bit smaller than Deontay Wilder, I don't think he would have problems with him. Okay? But the problem is Fury's size, his range, and his ability to capitalize off his skill set with his size and range is what makes him so dangerous. You understand what I'm saying? You guys already spoke about the movement, but this motherfucker 6'9" though, with an 85-inch reach. Like, I mean, fuck him being aesthetically, he's a freak.
Exactly.
Yeah, fuck. I mean, let's just say he just didn't box at all. Aesthetically, he's a freak of nature. 85-inch reach.
Man,
come on, man.
That's nasty.
85-inch reach, bro. That shit is insane. So I say that to say this, bro. I mean, Wilder couldn't get. See, there's the problem. So Wilder got a bunch of different flaws in his game, right? I think one of the flaws is that because Wilder was so much rangier than his past opponents, he was able to protect himself defensively by just stepping straight back in a straight line. And those guys really couldn't get to him, right? And all his shots was you know, when he threw his shots, you know, all his power at the end of his shots, shall I say. So a lot of times, man, when he's stepping back in a straight line and he letting that right hand fly, generating all that power, those guys can't get it within range. And it's just the outcome for devastation. But when you get in there with a guy like Fury and you stepping back and you still in that man jab range and he jabbing your whole fucking skin off your face, then you got problems. Because then even when you get inside, now Fury is leaning on top of you because he's a larger man than you are. You understand what I'm saying? Like all that stuff plays a major factor into the fight. This is why Deontay Wilder would never be able to beat the Gypsy King, and so won't any of these other guys. It's just problems, man, all around when it comes to this guy, man. Because aesthetically, he's just insane, and then you add movement to that. I mean, this is just a recipe for fucking disaster. Y'all see what he did to Vladimir Klitschko? Fucking ran circles around him. I mean, this dude is the real deal, man.
Yeah, ain't nobody gonna beat him.
I do think Derek Chisora gonna try to push that line, but he gonna get stopped, just like Dillian White got stopped. You know, Dillian White never stood a chance against Tyson Fury. And then, you know, people, all the Dillian supporters, you know, that's great. But, I mean, did they really believe that nonsense they was talking about Tyson Fury ducking this man and not wanting to fight him? They sounded like fools, man. Like, I'm like, man, this man is finna stop Dillian White, man. Bad. And y'all seen what it was, man.
Who gonna stop Dillian? Dillian White got yeah. I knew he was gonna get stopped by Tyson Fury. I knew that.
Yeah, he's gonna get stopped. And I'm gonna tell you something. He get in there with Wilder, he gonna get stopped again.
Oh yeah. Even more vicious. Even more vicious. Yeah. Dillian White. Yeah, he had a nice little run though. He had a nice little 2-year run where he was looking good, and then he ran, and then Povetkin kind of put him on his pockets and stopped him viciously. I mean, you know, AJ stopped him early in their careers, but yeah, Dillian White done.
Stopped him, Povetkin stopped him, and Fury stopped him.
And Derek Chisora hurt him real bad in they fight. You know, those 2 fights that they had some really good knockout, drag them out fights.
They did.
But they say that Dillian White likes to spar hard too. They say that Dillian White spars like a fight. Like he all his sparring, and he tell all his sparring partners that they're gonna spar like it's a fight, like it's a real fight. And you know how those sparring, you know how that sparring like that goes, Phil. You know how when people get in the gym and they like, hey, look, we finna go hard. Because you know sometimes you get in the gym.
That's that Saturday morning sparring.
Yeah, you know how sometimes you get in the gym, you be like, hey, look, I'm working on something, you working on something, let's not really go hard. But and then you get in some of those sparring matches when you really don't like the other guy. Y'all got a little something competitive going on in the gym, and y'all have that real y'all really go at it. And then
that's when I say, hey, Saturday morning, your gym. You get your guys, y'all come to my gym, we meet up, we start sparring at 11 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You bring somebody from each weight class, whoever your best person is. You know what I mean? Shit. And that's the real sparring sessions right there. You know what I'm saying? You get into your dog fights where you just straight go. It ain't even no rounds, really.
Yeah, go to somebody stop. I drop.
Stop. Shit.
Hey, Free Smoke, who you got with the Devin and Lomachenko fight coming up? That's the next fight.
Probably. I got Devin.
You got Devin?
Yeah,
you know what? Devin showed me something with that Kambosos fight, because I like Devin, but I really wasn't. Now that I'm finding out that the 135 weight is kind of, you know, tearing him down a little bit. He probably need to be at 140.
Right.
One thing about Devin is now I get it. You've been undisputed at 135, but Devin, you're not going to be a career 135 fighter. I think if he fight Lomachenko and beat Lomachenko, I think he should move up after that, because he can start putting damage on his body because he doesn't look good in the weigh-ins. I don't care what nobody say.
Nah, he don't.
His
He's like a
eyes look
zombie.
his eyes look sucked in. His cheekbones, the bone just be protruding out his cheek. It's time for him to go to 140. You know what I'm saying? It's time, Devin. I mean, you a big lightweight. You's a big lightweight. Shakur Stevenson just not coming 35. He's not gonna be on 35 that much longer because his body is growing.
Yep.
Tank is kind of short, but Tank is compact. So Tank is like in between. He can do 135, 140, 147. You know, but he's going to be short for the weight class. But he is powerful.
He ain't gonna be able to do 47.
You don't think Tank will better do? I think Tank will better do 40. I think he'll do good at 47.
No, Tank's small, bro.
Is he smaller than Pacquiao?
Yes, Tank is. Yes, he is.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know.
Tank's small.
I don't know.
He's short, but he's not small. I mean, what do you mean by small? You mean body mass?
He's a little man.
He looks compact to me. He looked like a compact, like Pacquiao looked. Pacquiao was short, but he had that, he was solid. You know what I'm saying?
Man, let's look it up, man. Let's see how big Tank is.
Yeah, let's see. See how tall he is.
I'm looking it up right now.
I think Tank could do good at 47 because I think his power would allow him. Now he will have trouble with those tall, rangy guys, yes.
Yeah.
But Tank can box. I seen Tank box. I seen him box. The dude can box. He gets a little lazy in the ring. I think Tank Davis be getting bored in the ring, man. I think he gets bored in the ring, like to try to play with his food a little bit, and he can get himself in trouble by doing that.
Right. Tank is 5'5", bro.
Okay, how tall is Pacquiao?
5'5". That's insane. That's extremely short.
Yeah, he's 5'5" with a 67-inch reach. Let me see Pacquiao. I don't think Pacquiao is that much taller than him. I think Pacquiao may be 5'5", 5'6". That's what you remind me of. You remind me of a little Pacquiao.
And Pacquiao also 5'5".
Okay, so
So they're the same size.
They got the same dimensions: 5'5", 67-inch reach. Yeah, yeah. I mean, he bring that power just like Pacquiao bring that power. Yeah, he can go to 47, man. He can go to 47.
He still can't go to 47 because he still needs to sit his ass down.
So what?
The great thing about Manny Pacquiao was that Manny Pacquiao could have fought at 140 and never, you know what I'm saying? Never.
Right. Yeah, you're right. Never left.
47. You know what I mean? He went up to 47 just because that's where the work was at. You know what I mean?
So that's what I'm saying. Tank gonna have to go to 47 because that's where the work gonna be at.
Nah, the work at the work done been at 35. He ain't done nothing. He ain't done no work at 35.
Well, yeah, you're right.
Best division in boxing. He ain't done shit.
Okay, so that means Tank gonna have to. Okay, that means Tank gonna have to either fight Shakur Stevenson or Devin Haney before they move up to 47. So if he don't fight those guys, then who is he gonna fight at 35 and 40? Josh Taylor at 40.
He's been in the division with the work. He still ain't got.
Yeah, I mean, you know how Mayweather like to move his fighters, man. I think that's largely because of Mayweather, how he wanted to move the man. You know what I'm saying? Now, I do think Tank Davis avoided Lomachenko back in the day. I do think that. I think he didn't want to fight Lomachenko.
Yeah, Lomachenko would have destroyed his ass, bro.
Yeah, back then. Yeah. Back then, Lomachenko would have been too much. Yeah, Lomachenko would have been too much back then.
Back then, when they were talking about it, he would have fucking destroyed him.
Yeah, he would have. He would have beat him. Who you got? Ryan Garcia or Tank Davis? Free Smoke. Who you got on that one?
I got Tank.
What do you think about Ryan Garcia's style? I mean, what do you think about Ryan Garcia? I mean,
he got a lot of holes, man. I just think he just gonna get caught slipping if he fight Tank. Sooner or later, he gonna get caught slipping and he gonna go to sleep.
My hold up on Ryan is he fights too straight up and he throws that hook too recklessly.
Right.
Yeah,
he got holes.
Yeah,
Boy Chin gonna be sitting there waiting to get kissed.
and that's gonna be the kiss of death. That boy Chin is gonna be sitting there. That boy Tank gonna be like, ooh, let me get that.
Yep, it's gonna be lights out. Somebody read my bedtime story. It's gonna be lights
I
out.
don't really think Oscar want to put Ryan Garcia in there with Tank Davis because Oscar
he
keep
don't.
on saying he don't want to put Tank Davis in there, man.
He definitely don't want it.
I mean, Ryan Garcia in there with Tank Davis. Because I see these guys like Mayweather, Hopkins, and guys like De La Hoya, they understand boxing, man, and they understand who's a bad matchup for a certain fighter, right? So he understand that. I don't think Ryan Garcia got better. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think I never was high on Ryan Garcia. I never was high.
A better matchup for Ryan would be Devin. That's a better matchup for him.
That is actually a better matchup. Now, will he?
That's a
I don't know.
It's a better
That
matchup.
is-
He's still gonna get out boxed.
I still think Devin beats him, but that's a better stylistic matchup for him.
Yeah.
Because he don't have to worry about, getting murdered in there with Devin.
You know what? The funny thing about it is, hold on. The funny thing about it is, I'm not gonna even lie to y'all. I seen Devin against Kambosos in the second fight. Devin was landing some hard shit, boy. He was sitting down.
No. Devin,
He was
nah.
punching
He
Devin
was sitting
trying
down.
to make a point though. I ain't gonna lie, but he still didn't stop him though.
Do you think Devin is a type of fighter because he's holding on to the weight for so long that when he get to 140, he gonna fill out and you gonna see more punching power from him?
I think we will see more punching power from Devin because we gotta not forget that he's a very I think he might be the youngest champion ever.
Yeah, I'm not. No, he's not the youngest champion ever. That's
I mean at 147.
147. You mean at 140? Hold on. You say he's not at 147.
I mean,
Yeah.
Excuse me, at
35.
35.
35.
Yeah, 35. Yeah,
35. Wilfred Benitez is the youngest champion ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean,
I'm talking about it at 135 pounds.
Yeah. Devin is still only what, 23?
Yeah, 23, something like that. 23.
You really don't get your man strength to about 25, 26 is when you start getting your man strength, right? I mean, that's what they say,
so,
about 25, 26. So,
but so I mean, look, bro, this is the thing right here. I think Devin will eventually develop some strength. Obviously, I don't think it's gonna be at 35 though. I think he maxed out. He peaked out at 35. I think once he gets in there with Lomachenko, now that's a good exit right there. You know what I'm saying? That's a good way to say, hey, I did what I needed to do. That's the fight he came in wanting. And then that's his last fight on his way out. I think that's good. That's good for him.
Oh man, I forgot T.O.'s still out there. T.O.'s still out there too.
Yes, T.O.'s still out there.
Yeah, T.O.'s still out there. What you think about T.O. Free Smoke?
His time passed.
You think so?
Done. Yeah.
You gonna throw him in the trash after one loss?
I'm throwing him away.
Boy, y'all some hardcore fans. Boy, y'all throw people away after one loss, man. Come on, man. That man can bounce back.
I said that because look, he went into that Kambosos fight so reckless. You can't go in there talking about I'm gonna knock him out, and then the whole time you throwing haymakers trying to knock somebody out. You can't do that. His corner should have said, "Man, box this dude, bro. That shit you doing ain't working."
I think they just totally underestimated Kambosos. They thought he was a mark. Yeah.
I won money off of that fight too.
See, just like Errol Spence think Keith Thurman easy work. See that's how you get upset, man.
He ain't gonna go in over no game playing like that. He definitely ain't going down with a game playing like that, bro.
Man, look, all I know is T.O. ran out there throwing all these hard punches, and Kambosos hit that boy with that overhand.
Right. Yeah.
Man, come on, man. That shit was like the man.
It was beautiful.
Man. That shit was like somebody was killing a damn fly or a net on the fucking table. I mean, just smack the fuck out the top of that boy's shit, man. And that boy T.O. was just looking stupid on the ground, too. I said, God damn. I say, whoa, he wasn't expecting that shit. But like I told boys, I say when T.O. was on all that bullshit, I say, bro, Kambosos finna beat this dude. Like, he finna fuck him up. Like, I'm telling y'all, he finna fuck him up. And Kambosos did right, bro. He wanted that shit more than T.O., man. And then T.O. was so, like, I'm gonna tell you something. When you're a defeated fighter, this is when your daddy come out making excuses for you. You come out making excuses. It's the networks. It's the everything but you not doing what the fuck you was supposed to do. You went out there and got your shit split open. That ain't the network. Eddie Hearn ain't get his shit split. That was you. Bob Arum ain't get his shit split. That was you. That was you. You and your father's game plan. It didn't work, man. Y'all let Kambosos bring that shit back to Australia. Now my man Devin Haney got to go out there and fight this fucking dude 2 times. 2 fucking times. Come on, man. You know, T.O., man, look, T.O.'s a good fighter. You know what I'm saying? He had some success. He beat Lomachenko. You know, whoop-de-doo, like I tell people. It ain't like Lomachenko ain't fucking been beat before. The nigga done lost before. Like, for when nigga beat Lomachenko, it ain't surprising to me. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows if you have the size advantage on Lomachenko and you can box, you can very well beat him fairly easy, I think, personally. You know, as long as you don't let him step around you, okay? And anytime he turns, you turn with him. That's what T.O. did. And I don't think T.O. is no hell of a footwork guy. He just used his size and he managed to fight from distance. You understand what I'm saying? And obviously we know he's a pretty decent puncher. So, and Lomachenko couldn't figure him out because he's hid behind that jab for the first half of the fight.
Yeah.
And then when Lomachenko tried to step around him, he turned with him and tied him up. It's a simple strategy. Obviously, you got to execute it, but you know, Devin to me he should beat Lomachenko, and T.O. he got his own problems at 140. You know, you got Ramirez and shit over there, man. They're gonna stop that fucking kid, man. Let's just cut the bullshit, man.
What is Josh Taylor doing? Is Josh Taylor staying at 40 or he going to 47?
Josh Taylor can stop him too.
Josh Taylor got stripped already. Didn't he get stripped of a couple of his titles?
Man, come on, man. That boy out there looking like he working this and that, man. I mean, he's stripped down. They taking all that boy trinkets, all his gear. And already took 2 belts from the kid, man. They like, bro, you tripping, man. Give us this, give us that. Like, you know, they treating that boy cause bad out here. But he ain't fighting nobody. That's his fault. Mm-hmm. He ain't moving up to 47. He's literally in no man's land if he moves up to 47.
Yeah, he better not move to 47. You're gonna get dog walls at 47.
So I'm saying, you know what Terrence Crawford do to this dude? Come on, man. Stop it. And they actually was talking about him moving up and fighting Crawford. Why the fuck would I sign up to deliver the bomb with 2 seconds on it? Like, I'm not doing it. That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna be walking into that ring with that bomb in your hand and you finna get blew up, bro. Crawford is gonna do you, fam. Like, they really was talking about that shit. Oh, well, yeah, he thinking about moving up, man. That man is not thinking about moving. That man thinking about his life. That man ain't thinking about moving up, man.
You know Crawford.
Crawford thinking about living another day, man.
you know Crawford walked up on him and told him, I'm gonna stop you if we ever fight. Josh Taylor was looking at him all crazy.
Man, yeah, looking at him like, I know you're gonna stop me. That's why I ain't coming up there.
And Josh Taylor is what, like 5'10", I believe. He's 5'10".
Yeah, he's a nice sized cat.
Yeah, he's tall, man. But I don't think his style is good for 47. I think his style is good at them lower weight classes.
Yeah, I mean, because really Ramirez almost beat him, bro.
Man.
without the knockdowns, this shit was still close.
I thought a couple times Ramirez, his problem was he got too over aggressive sometimes, and the times he got over aggressive, Josh Taylor capitalized on it.
That's what I'm saying. Can you
Yeah.
imagine? Come on, man. Let's be honest. You think Tank can fuck with Ramirez, bro? Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no way, bro.
Well,
Ain't no way.
that's a hard fight for Tank, but Tank does have that
Man,
equalizer, though.
Bro, ain't no fuck, man, bro. It ain't that equalizer ain't the same at 140, bro. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care what nobody says. It ain't the same, bro. It's not the same. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, 130, 35. You know what I'm saying? Sure, maybe the right opponent at 40, but
Ramirez is tough, though, man.
Man, Ramirez is tough, bro.
That's a tough night, man.
Are you talking about this dude going up to 47? Bro, can you imagine getting in there with Ortiz? Man, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's stop this madness, man. Stop this madness. Man, did that man get in there with Crawford, Errol Spence Jr.? Come on.
Well,
man.
He won't go up there. He won't go up there while those guys are up there. Those guys are at 54.
But that's the same kind of work that's up there, though.
Well, no,
Boost Ennis not gonna be up there. Stanione's not gonna be up there.
Boost Ennis will be gone. Boost Ennis will be gone before Tank get up there. Boost Ennis will be gone. Tank is only gonna go up there. He gonna go up there and move up with Shakur Stevenson and move up there. He gonna fight those guys at 47 because the guys that move together are the guys that usually fight. You know what I'm saying? Usually the guys that fight. So when he fight one of those guys, at least in his mind, they were once at 135 like me. So he wouldn't see them guys as being that big.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? In his psyche.
At 35 too.
Yeah, I know, but Crawford been at 47 for about 5 years now.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, though. But I know. So when Tank get up there, F07, it's gonna be a difference.
So I'm not talking about Tank fighting those guys. He can't beat those guys. He can't beat none of those guys. I mean, in my opinion.
Come on, man. Let's think about everybody who's at 35 that moved up to 47, right? Let's really think about it. You got Crawford, you got Pacquiao, you got Mayweather, you got man. Come on, man. Like Tank is gonna get man. Come on, man. I don't see this dude moving up to 47. His skill set ain't gonna allow him to do that, bro. It just ain't gonna allow him to do it.
Yeah, Pacquiao had that crazy footwork. That's what helped Pacquiao.
Yeah, and that in his end, like Tank is explosive, but Pacquiao is explosive in and out.
Yeah,
of transition.
Yeah, that motor all game too.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's just not gonna translate, bro.
And just
and we all go ahead.
Just like he said, his motor. Tank.
Motor.
Yeah. Tank don't have a motor like that.
Yeah, he don't.
Man, that boy got a motor like a Datsun, bro.
That was crazy though.
That boy got a motor like a rabbit, bro. Like an old school drop top rabbit, bro. Like nah. That boy gonna go in there and get his ass stopped, man. Come on, man. And we all know, man, like Pacquiao he don't even diet for training camp. He just eat regular and work out. Even man, Tank gonna be all around there, man. Probably still barely making weight and shit, man. Looking sloppy, man. I ain't fucking with Tank at 47, man. It ain't for him, bro. It's just not for him. It's just not for him. Like now, 40, he can stop the 40 and cause a whole lot of damage, and maybe he can get the right fight at 47. I say that.
How about Tank and Leo at not Leo, Teofimo Lopez at 40? Who you got?
That's a good one. I don't know. Let me think about it. I think Tio is more. I think his size is. I think he's more accustomed to the weight because of his size. I think he's more naturally a 140 pounder. I think Tio can go up to 47 too, but I think you know what, man. I say this right here. I probably would say T.O. right now, because if Tank comes out and is trying to pick and choose his shots and taking his time, I think T.O. can pull off a bunch of rounds on him. And he'll just have to manage himself throughout the back end of the fight, just like he did against Lomachenko. I kind of see that fight happening like that, because I don't know if Tank is going to be able to find that one shot against T.O. If T.O.'s focused, man, he really is a good fighter. He just went in that bitch against Kambosos and got caught slipping, bro. I mean, sometimes it happens. But right now, I'd probably say T.O. Tank's got to show me something against. I mean, it's sad to say that T.O. has been in the ring with better opposition than Tank has.
He has.
So, I mean, he beat Lomachenko. He also beat what's my boy name? Dark skinned cat. That he got the
what's his fucking name? Right I got his name on the tip of my tongue, man. God damn, what's this fucking dude name?
I can't think his name. But you know, that's the dude he beat though, for the belt to go.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. I got him going to sleep with Tank though.
You got him going to sleep?
I got him going to sleep.
Kambosos was able to counter him, but Kambosos is a Kambosos will take chances too. You know what I'm saying? Kambosos will take chances. He didn't take those chances against Devin because he couldn't get past that jab. He just couldn't get past that jab.
Yeah,
he
couldn't get
past that jab. He couldn't get past that stick. Yeah, that stick is a motherfucker when you got command of it. As Larry Holmes' opponents. Shit. As Lennox Lewis opponents. When Lennox Lewis is right.
Yeah.
That stick is a motherfucker, man. I think that's what's missing from Tank Davis. I think that's why Tank Davis is so quiet in the ring sometimes, because he don't use his jab.
Yeah.
He don't use a jab. As a matter of fact, I don't see Tank using much of a jab. I mean, do y'all? I mean, am I missing something?
Nah, he ain't using a whole bunch of jab.
He don't use a lot.
And that's why
Rolly Romero out fucking jabbed him. He's just so goofy and wild, just running into shit like a fucking blind dog. Like, what you doing out here, man?
Set that
like,
trap.
What you doing?
Hey, Tank, we set no traps, man.
Tank Davis set that trap for him, though.
No, he did. No doubt. No doubt he set that trap. But, like, come on, man. He just out there like a wild man.
Yeah, he set that trap. That was beautiful, too, the way he set that trap.
Yeah, because saw it. He did the same thing against Leo.
You know, that's the same trap that Mayweather caught Ricky Hatton with. Same trap. Yeah. Same trap. He knew he was coming in. He sidestepped him. Bow. And Ricky Hatton hit the turnbuckle. That shit was funny as hell, man.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, Ricky Hatton should have retired after that fight. A motherfucker make your head with the turnbuckle, man. That's it.
Man, look, that nigga was looking like a damn leprechaun after that boy Mayweather stuck his ass. Boy, I looked up at us. I was like, God damn, that nigga looking for a pot of gold in this motherfucker.
Ricky Hatton, boy.
I say, shit, boy, this shit is a wrap, man. Get this nigga out of here, man.
He hit the turnbuckle, then his head hit the canvas hard too. So that's like kind of like a double knockout.
Man, come on, man. I'm telling you what that boy was looking like down there, man.
And people actually thought that Ricky Hatton was gonna beat Mayweather. I'm like, no, y'all, he's too wild. I said the one thing that you cannot do versus a precision counter puncher, a percentage puncher like Mayweather, you cannot be wild.
Yeah, you can't throw outside of you cannot throw outside of what I call a box, right? If you throw your punches outside of the box, a guy like Mayweather is gonna eat your ass alive, because all his shit gonna be real precise, and it's gonna be
Down the middle.
a lot of straight shots. I mean, and everything is just so compact, straight, and his niggas is just sleeping on how fucking like Mayweather is extremely fast.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
His hands are like, and I mean, it's a split second. He the pop shot your ass. Then it's just boom, boom, boom. Now he done pop shot your ass 3 times. Now you just looking confused.
The way he did Arturo Gotti, that was a beat down, man. That was my God, dude. I seen that fight the other day, man. That was a beat down, my dude.
That was some of his best work right there.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, I like Mayweather against Cotto too, though.
I'm gonna say my best Mayweather fights. I like the Arturo Gotti. I like the Diego Corrales.
To me, that Diego Corrales, that shit was a good ass fight, bro.
The way he was moving in and out on Diego Corrales, he was too fast. He was just too fast for Diego Corrales. Just too much. Everybody kept on talking about Diego Corrales' power, but my thing was you have to be able to catch this man to land the power, or the power don't mean anything. That's one thing about power. If you can't get the power to the target, it doesn't mean anything. You just got power. And yeah, Diego Corrales was very powerful, but Mayweather just was too quick and too fast for him. It was just too much. It was just too much of everything. Too much hand speed, too much movement, just too much of everything. And Diego Corrales fought Robert Garcia when Robert Garcia was undefeated. Robert Garcia was a pretty good fighter back in the day.
Yeah, Robert Garcia was a 2-time champion, right?
Yeah, Robert Garcia was undefeated when he fought Diego Corrales too. Yeah. Robert Garcia was stopping stuff. He was stopping people back in the day, man. Robert Garcia was a pretty decent fighter back in the day, man. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of motherfuckers look at him now and don't even know he used to fight.
Don't even know he used to fight. Yeah. Yeah, Robert Garcia. I mean, to me, if you want to ask me, I thought he was better than his brother. I thought he was better than his brother. I thought he was better than his younger brother. What's the name? Mikey Garcia. I thought he was better than Mikey Garcia. I thought technically he was better than Mikey Garcia. His feet was better than Mikey Garcia's feet. But Mikey Garcia was a good fighter. I just thought Mikey Garcia, he missed some chances. He should have fought Gamboa. He should have fought Lomachenko. His career would have looked a whole lot different if you'd have fought those two fights. Because y'all know,
bro, he should have fought Gamboa, Lomachenko, and he should have fought Pacquiao.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah. How did he? Yeah, he should have fought. Well, was he on that 3-year hiatus when he was fighting in court with Bob Arum at the time? I think he was, when Pacquiao was really, really making a good run. I think he was.
Yeah. I'm saying he should have fought Pacquiao after all that.
After all that.
Yeah, after all that. Yeah.
Okay.
When Pacquiao was fighting, I think he fought against fucking. Pacquiao fought somebody that was bullshit, man. I forgot who it was. Let me look at this shit right here. I got this.
But when Mikey Garcia came back, he was on a nice little run when he came back, though. He had beat Robert Easter. He beat Adrian Broner. He beat Lipinez. He beat Lipinez when Lipinez was undefeated. He beat somebody else too. Who else did he beat? He was on a nice little run when he came back. A nice little run.
Yeah, absolutely.
I believe Robert Easter was undefeated too. Yeah, Robert Easter was undefeated too. When he beat Robert
Easter undefeated?
I believe Robert Easter was undefeated. Let me look at it. I think Robert Easter was undefeated at the time. Yeah, because Robert Easter had a belt.
Nah, I don't think.
Who did Robert Easter lose to? Who did Robert Easter lose to? He lost to what's the name? His first loss. Robert Easter got one loss. He got one loss right now today. His one loss is against Mikey Garcia.
Okay.
I believe he was the champion at the time he fought Mikey Garcia. Yeah. Robert Easter won all his other fights. I mean, it's like Robert Easter is not on a circuit though. He's fighting off circuit. You know how them fighters fight off circuit to try to rebuild themselves. But Robert Easter went all the way off circuit. I don't know what sir. I think he fighting in like bars or something. Because I don't even. When the last time y'all seen him on TV?
Shit.
Mikey Garcia. No, that Ross Bellamy fight. Remember he fought him? That draw that they had a draw. They had a split draw. I remember that fight. Yeah, he was on TV for that fight. That was 2019. He fought Granados. He beat Granados, and he beat somebody named Ryan Martin in 2021. So this is about to be.
Yeah, that's who he fought when he should have fought against Mikey Garcia.
Who?
Fucking Lucas Matisse.
Who you wanted to see fight Lucas Matisse?
No, Manny Pacquiao should have fought Lucas Matisse. I mean, Mikey Garcia and Manny Pacquiao should have fought in the place of Lucas Matisse. Yeah, that was right after the Jeff Horn fight.
Yeah, that was right after the Jeff Horn fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did Mikey Garcia call for the fight? I think Mike Garcia was.
Or he could have fought him in the place of Braun.
Yeah, I don't know if he wanted the Manny Pacquiao fight. I think Manny Pacquiao was not a good matchup for him because I don't like the way he's
really low key. Like, really ain't a good matchup for nobody if he is best self. Honestly. You know,
Richard Comey.
Richard Comey, yep.
Yeah, Richard Comey.
So,
that's who. What's the name? Beat for the title.
Yeah.
Well, he knocked out Richard Comey.
Yeah.
He stopped him.
Yeah, Lopez got low key slick. Like he got a better resume to Tank. He do.
And Tank is like what, 28, 29?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tank got to get moving, man. Tank.
Yeah, I mean that nigga taking Tank, the name Tank to a whole new level. That nigga moving slower than the motherfucker around this bitch. Man, speed that shit up.
I'm trying to see what's the best. I'm trying to see what's the best win. What is the best win on this man? Jose Pedraza? Jose?
Yeah. Pedraza. Now that's a good win though.
That's his best win to me.
Yeah, that's a good win because he went in there. This win, because he snatched up the title against Pedraza too.
Yeah, everybody.
And then right after that, this nigga missed weight. That's what
my
I'm
fault.
saying.
Leo Santa Cruz. I mean, that's a good.
Nah.
Well, I know Leo was. I know.
You know what it is, man. But yeah, Leo is a good, credible win though.
Yeah, that's a good
Pedraza, win. Though, Pedraza to me was a better win, but just because it seemed right. They both was in the same weight class. Nobody was coming up to do no bullshit or none of that. It just was a good matchup, and it was his first real step up fight too.
The Isaac Cruz fight looking better and better. Each fight, the Isaac Cruz fight though.
You know what? I gotta agree with you 100% on that. If Cruz keep doing what he's doing, because that nigga damn near, I think that nigga might have retired Gamboa. I watched that shit the other day when he hit that nigga up against the ropes, and the nigga Gamboa body fell up against his ropes.
This is my thing, man.
Looking like a wet fish.
Why they all beating up on Gamboa, man? Why all these dudes beating up on Gamboa, my dude? Leave Gamboa alone, man. If they put Gamboa fight on across your table, don't fight that, man. Come on, dude.
I'm gonna say, man, did you just see what Cruz did to that boy? Man, that boy looking like a wet fish out there, man. Why I want to fight this boy, man?
You know what? That's what Tank should do. He should run it back with Isaac Cruz. That'd be a big fight.
Hell nah, Tank say he ain't fight that man again. I don't blame him. That man damn beat that man. I wouldn't fuck with him either. I'm like, nah, fuck it. That ain't enough. I need to, if a nigga whoop my ass, I at least needed to be goddamn somebody like up there at the top. Shit. Fuck that. You don't want to lose to Isaac Cruz, bro. You know what I'm saying? Bro, 35, bro, is really a hard ass division. Niggas is sleeping on that shit, bro. That's the best division in boxing. It's got the most talent. Bro, think about it. And then goddamn Shakur just moved up to that motherfucker. That shit getting bananas.
I got Shakur as the next. I got Shakur as the next best fighter in boxing. That's who I got as the
Oh
next
no,
best.
Shakur. Yeah, Shakur's the
Yeah, he beat
man.
Davis and Tank.
I can't wait until Shakur and Haney get in that ring together. That's what I want.
Now they say that's the fight after whoever win. Who they said Bob Arum said whoever win the Loma and the what's the name fight. What's the name is Shakur is next. He get the winner.
That's what I'm waiting on.
Ooh,
That's what I'm waiting
man,
on.
I got Shakur. I'm letting everybody know I got Shakur.
Yeah, I got Shakur too.
Yeah, I got Shakur Stevenson, man.
Yeah, I got Shakur too. That boy gonna style and profile on that boy, man.
That boy Shakur understand range. He throw the right punches at the right time. He can transition from offense to defense.
Yeah, that boy awesome, no.
Man, he goes to the body. Like, man, that jab to the body, that stick to the body. When that boy be hitting the balls, that stick to the body, it really stop them in their tracks. They just be like, ooh. It just stop them, bro. It just fucking disrupt their whole rhythm. They don't know what to do. Nah, man, and that boy got nice size on him.
Yeah,
I think he like 5'8" or something
like 5'8", yep.
Yeah. Yep. So he definitely can move up to 4'7" eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, he damn near the same size as Keith Thurman right now.
What y'all? I mean, I know what you think about him. Hey, Free Smoke, what you think about Boots Ennis?
Hey, he another freak. He a monster, man. His time coming sooner than later, I think.
Mm-hmm. You if him and Ortiz fight, how you see that fight going?
I got Boots knocking him out.
I like Boots too.
Ortiz, he's scared though. I think Ortiz scared. Every time they ask him about the fight, he keeps saying later down the road. I'm like, nah, it's time. It's time.
Yeah,
nah, I don't think Ortiz scared. Ortiz just smart because he know he in the top 3 in every sanctioned body in the world. Like, why the fuck would I want to fight Boots? Like, I want to fight one of these niggas with these straps. Like, I mean, it make more sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, make more sense. Business wise, it do make more sense.
Make more sense.
But look how much if he beat him though, that'll just goddamn solidify him right there, right then and there. If you take out the best up and coming boxers, you know what I mean? So
I agree. I'm down with young fighters fighting each other, especially if you got prima donnas at the top bullshitting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm down with that because it really is like Ortiz, Boots, Stanionis, Lopez, Conor Ben.
Conor Ben ain't finna fight no more. He done.
You know, all those guys, but I'm saying they all in the same crop of dudes, though. You know what I mean? I think they got a good little crop of 147 pounders that really can mix it up once all these motherfuckers people move up out of there and move up to 54. You know what I'm saying? Like when Crawford, Spence, and obviously Danny already made that move, which he can't whoop nobody anyway. I don't know what the fuck.
I don't know what Danny gonna do at 54. I mean, he might surprise us.
Oh no, who he gonna surprise?
I don't know.
He surprise me.
He might surprise us at 54. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say this: guys at 54. I'm not gonna say they fight at the pace of Danny Garcia, but it's some kind of high volume guys up there, like that real tall dude Fendor, and that dude that just lost to Charlo. That dude is high pace, but it's a lot of guys at 154 that don't throw a lot of punches too. So maybe
Rosario fight this weekend too.
Who, Gabe?
Yeah,
Gabe
Rosario. Not Gabe Rosario. The one that Banana. The one that Twin beat. Mill.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. I know.
Nah, you talking about Gabe Rosado. I'm saying Rosario.
Rosario. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
you talking about Rosado. Jay Rosado.
Okay.
You talking about Rosario.
Wasn't they talking
Man.
about Danny Garcia fighting Laura?
Yeah, he was talking about the Laura fight. He also mentioned the Tony Harris fight as well.
He gonna get schooled. He gonna get schooled. Both of them two. Those are two bad matchups for Danny.
Man,
Both of those
I'm
guys.
trying to tell you because I'm gonna
Yeah,
tell
both of those
you,
guys.
he fucking up with Laura because Laura got kind of old and a nigga knees cracking and shit when he get out of bed in the morning. Don't leave.
I just
that boy knees cracking and shit in the morning. He on. Yeah, Laura trying to stop boys these days, man.
I don't. Danny. I mean, if you talking about somebody between a rock and a hard place, it's Danny. I don't understand. I mean, maybe like I said, maybe they'll matchmake him. They'll put him in some good matchmaking situations, and maybe they'll make him credible. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on with that. Danny, I mean, you don't throw enough punches. You ain't throw enough punches at 47.
Wayne,
you know what I'm saying?
Why you, bruh? You don't even wreck your brain. We know what he finna do. He finna get up there and he finna get his shit split. This ain't rocket science, man.
He ain't never been stopped though. He ain't never been stopped.
You let him get in there with Twin Charlo. He gonna get his shit. He gonna get stopped forever. It's gonna be done. man, come on, man. That boy, man, come on, man. It's gonna be a wrap, man. You need to, man.
Danny does have a great chin, though.
Yeah, he gonna need it. He damn sure gonna need it. But
he does have a great chin.
Gonna need it.
Oh, man.
He gonna need it at 54 because I'm telling you, man, Twin gonna stop him. I know he don't want that fight.
Hey, if I was him, I'd stay at 54 because the next year and a half, Spence gonna be at 54, Crawford gonna be at 54, Enos gonna be at 54, Ortiz gonna be at 54. It's gonna be
Ortiz and Enos and them ain't gonna move up there till at least another 2-3 years.
No. Enos don't have another 2 or 3 years. Look how big that man is. And Ortiz, they both 5'10". No, they're not gonna be at 47 for too long. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. They're not gonna be at.
Okay.
Oh,
look, Enos already been at 4-7 for fucking 30 fights. He's been pro for like 8 years.
Okay. Them some big boys, man. They ain't gonna be there too much long because all the money fights are going to 54. All the money fights are gonna be at 54. So if they want to make the money, they're gonna have to go to 54.
Have to go up.
Yeah, they're gonna have to go to 54 for the money fights.
Bruh, if Ortiz and look, if Ortiz and Boot can somehow collect 2 of them belts and fight for undisputed, bro, that's a big ass, bro. Imagine that fight.
That's one fight.
It's a lot of fights up there for him though.
At
47, you gotta think about it. Yeah, because think about it, bro. Josh Taylor gonna be moving up to 47.
Man, that's not no big money fight,
bro.
I know Josh Taylor.
Bro, you don't think that's a big fight in the UK? Are you crazy?
I mean,
are you crazy?
But
are you crazy?
They're not gonna fight him. They're not gonna fight him in the UK.
Bro, that's a major fight in the UK, bro. You think Ennis won't fight that boy in the UK? I think Ennis will fight.
He probably will. Yeah,
Ennis will fight anywhere, bro.
Yeah. He's hungry. He's hungry right now. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll fight anywhere, bro. That's a big ass fight in the UK, man. Josh Taylor getting the bag, bro. Did y'all forget what network this boy fight on?
I'm telling you,
bread,
the guys but what I'm telling you is them two.
And Ortiz also fight on that same network.
That's a big fight between those two. But I'm telling you, they are going to want to get that Errol Spence fight, that Terrence Crawford fight, that Mayo fight. Those are the fights that they're gonna want. Those are the fights that they're gonna want. They're gonna move up to 54 within the next year and a half. I guarantee you. Mark my words. Terrence Crawford in 2023, if Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence don't fight each other in 2023 next year, both of them will be at 54, and then the titles will be vacated. Enos and Ortiz probably gonna pick up the titles, like you said.
Crawford about to retire, bro.
Crawford going to 54. Crawford gonna go to 54 too.
He's not gonna be.
I think he'll chase Spence up there to 54. He'll chase him up there to 54. Try to fight him.
I don't think he's chasing him no more, bro. I think he tired of that motherfucker, bro. He just like whatever at this point. But this is what I will say. Crawford got a few more fights in him, bro. I don't think he want to do this shit much longer. I think this is why this money situation is so important to him, bro, because he's trying to maximize his last couple of fights.
He do want Mel, though. He say he want Mel at 54.
Yeah. He want.
Yeah, he said he want that Mel fight at 54. He want Spence, and then he want Mel at 54.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's a good way to leave. He ain't fighting nobody else after that. If he would have got Spence and Mel, I think he would have said, "Fuck it, I'm good." Who you gonna fight after that? It's really nobody left, bro. You get Spence and then you get Mel. And let's not only talk about winning the motherfucking fights. You undisputed 3 different weight classes, man. That shit is like, you don't have to fight another day in your life after that shit. Man, I just walk around just holding my sack all day, just talking to people like I did that. That's all you. That's all you got. At that point, man, you 3 weight class. Come on, man, 3 division undisputed, bro. You don't have to fight again. That would have been ideal. I think that's what Crawford wanted to do, but now you got to slide Evan in there, and he gonna stop his ass. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna stop Evan. Then maybe, hopefully, the Errol Spence Jr. fight happen right after that. Errol Spence better hope Creek Thurman don't come there and crack his little sunflower seed. Boy, it's gonna really fuck up everything.
Good luck with that happening.
Hey, boxing has a funny way of doing stuff, man. I'm telling you, boxing
got a funny way of saying.
Hey, Terrence might not make it out of that fight. That little tomato can he got, he might not make it out of there.
If he overlooked dude, he can get upset.
Yeah.
Yeah, but man, we all know Crawford ain't overlooking nobody, man. Like that's the last nigga that's gonna be overlooking him. Damn, somebody work at a cafeteria or what?
Hey, one more question. Who is y'all pound for pound best fighter in the world? Who y'all got?
I got Usyk number 1.
Okay. Who you got? Free Smoke.
I got it between Shakur and Spence, man.
I got Canelo. I mean, I had Crawford for a long time, and then when Canelo became undisputed, I get Canelo lost to Bivol. He was just trying to go up and continue being great. He ran into a truck that he couldn't go over. But the work that he put in before he lost to Bivol, I can't forget that work that he put in within that in that year and a half that he put in and won undisputed and beat all those guys and stopped them. I can't overlook that. You know what I'm saying? Let's be honest. He's still undisputed at 68. He's still. Yeah. I know people forget.
I had him number 1 before he lost.
Yeah,
then I dropped him to number 4.
Hold on, who you got in front of him?
Shit, I got Crawford in front of him. I got Usyk 1. I got Crawford 2. I got Monster 3, and then I got Canelo 4.
You don't have Mel up in there?
Mel in there, he ain't in my top 5 though.
Okay. Well, okay. I mean, I can't drop Canelo. I got Canelo. Now, who I think is the best fighter in the world is different between my pound for pound. My pound for pound go largely on what you did your resume and things that you accomplish in combination with how you fight. But who I think the best fighter in the world is, I think that's Terrence Crawford. I think if everybody was the same size, Terrence Crawford will beat these guys. If everybody had the same weight class, I think I'll take Terrence Crawford to come out that tournament.
I would,
because he just got the thing with Terrence Crawford that people not. I don't think people seeing it. The man has everything. I mean, he has everything. He can fight going forward. He can fight going backwards. He can move side to side. He can fight on the outside. He can fight behind his jab. He can counterpunch you. He got defense. I know people say, well, he get caught. Yeah, he's getting caught because you know why he's getting caught? Terrence Crawford, in his nature, he likes to stop people. So when you're trying to stop somebody, you're going to get hit. You're going to get caught by shots. That's just
he got caught early too a few times though.
Yeah. That's just the laws of physics.
And it should have been counted knockdown, but the referee didn't count it.
You know what? I counted as a knockdown.
Free smoke. Yeah,
I counted as a knockdown. But he still got up and he still got up and stopped the dude. The same dude who
he did, but he did stop him, but he still got dropped early.
Yeah, you're right. He got dropped.
Yeah.
He got dropped.
Who you got in there? Ramirez and Bivol fight. I mean, that's Zerto and Ramirez and Bivol fight. You got
Bivol gonna win it.
Okay.
So let me ask y'all a question. Who y'all got, Canelo or David Benavidez?
I don't know. I think David Benavidez got to get past Plant first.
Man, he gonna knock Plant out, man.
If I'm just looking at that fight from the outside looking in, I can tell you that they both have advantages over each other. Now, David Benavidez, he's young, he's vibrant, he throws a lot of punches, he got a really nice jab. But on the other end, Canelo presents counter punching. So if Benavidez get too reckless, he can go to sleep because Canelo is a great counter puncher and he counter punch with power. That's the difference. So, and plus Canelo has the experience, and Canelo is not that old to where you can say, well, he's too old and I got the young guy coming up just dominating him. No, Canelo is at the perfect age to where his mind, body, and soul all comes together. With his boxing knowledge, Canelo is still dangerous. Now, he just couldn't get past Bivol. Bivol was just a truck that I said he couldn't get over. That was just too much for him. But I still think that I will pick Canelo to beat David Benavidez because of the things that I talked about how Canelo is a counterpuncher. He's been in the ring with a lot of great fighters. He's been up under those lights. In the pressure, and he has come through more often than not. It's just 2 times he didn't, and that's against Mayweather and Bivol. Benavidez, I like Benavidez. The man he got a lot of talent. Like, he has a lot of talent. My issue with David Benavidez is mentally where he at sometimes, because David Benavidez.
It ain't got nothing to do with him not fighting nobody.
No, well, that too, but David Benavidez.
Nobody want to fight him.
Hold on.
Let me finish real quick. He don't want that word. Don't nobody want that word, man.
David Benavidez has been a champion 2 times, and he lost his title both times, and not in the ring. See, that's a red flag to me. When you lose your title and it's not have nothing to do with you being in the ring, you have to be mentally prepared when you fight guys like Canelo. Your whole mental state got to be right. You can't be lagging in areas of mental capacity when you in a fight like that. That's just my thing. I don't overlook red flags. I just don't. And he lost his belt on the scales, and he lost his belt because he liked that nose candy. So, you know what I'm saying?
Boy, nose bloody like a motherfucker, but you don't want to have a little soft nose against Canelo. You gonna cave that bitch all the way in completely.
But it is a dangerous fight for Canelo. Like, it is a dangerous fight for Canelo. I can't overlook that. It's a dangerous fight for the Canelo. But Canelo.
I'm gonna tell you, bro. I'm gonna tell you why it's really not that dangerous of a fight, because this is what I'm gonna tell you right here. I don't think that. So like, obviously Canelo just lost to Bivol, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see like to me, Bivol, the way Bivol fought against Canelo, right? His skill set is a lot different than what Benavidez' skill set is, right? But if you're gonna beat Canelo, Bivol just showed you how to do it. You understand what I'm saying? The only problem is Bivol to me is a much skillful fighter than Benavidez is, right? Now, when you look at them as far as the dimensions, obviously Bivol is taller than Benavidez, but I think as far as the range is concerned, I think it's fairly close. You understand what I'm saying? But again, like I said, the skill set is a lot different. The boxing style is a lot different, right? Bivol is not a power puncher. Benavidez is. So Benavidez is going to be willing to sit there and throw a little more and give Canelo a lot more opportunities to get his shots off as well, right? But you know, at the end of the day, I need to see Benavidez get in there with a guy like, you know, he's about to get in there with, like Caleb Plant. You understand what I'm saying? I think Plant is a well-rounded, complete fighter. Obviously, I think Plant gave Canelo some issues as well early in the fight, you know, but Canelo wore him down mid to late round before we all know what happened, right? But the fighters that give Canelo Alvarez trouble aren't the guys that fight like Benavidez. It's the guys that fight like Bivol. It's the guys that fight like Laura. It's the guys that fight like Mayweather. It's the guys that fight like Billy Joe Saunders for the first half. It's the guys that fight like Caleb Plant for the first half of the fight. That's the guys that give Canelo Alvarez trouble. It's not the guys that's gonna sit there and throw with you and bang with you, you know. And so for me personally, but Benavidez holds the tangibles to beat Canelo Alvarez. I just don't think his style will allow him to do it. But you know, sometimes you can switch your style up based on whatever opponent you're fighting. But if he's just gonna go in there and think he's gonna let Canelo hit him until he get a chance to walk him down, this shit's gonna be, man, you can kiss the baby Christmas, pin a tail on his ass, stick a fork in him, whatever you want to call it. Canelo gonna stop that boy, man. For real. He gonna have to come with a strategy, and I think if he hide behind the jab all night and pick his shots accordingly, he should be able to beat Canelo. But if he can't do that, or he's not willing to do that, Canelo's gonna beat him easily.
That's a fight they need to make though. But Canelo already said he don't want to fight nobody like that's a Mexican or whatever, which I think is crazy.
Just as crazy as this boy EJ talking about he don't want to fight Keith Thurman. That's his equivalent craziness.
I don't think so. I hope they do fight. I hope they do somehow make that fight. So he gonna end that man's career.
I doubt it.
Man, he gonna end that man's career, bro. I'll put that on everything.
We gonna see, man.
That ain't even gonna be close, bro.
So, but look, free smoke. If Errol Spence Jr. move up to 54, you know that's a duck, right?
That's a duck?
That's a duck.
Nah.
Bullshit, I was not.
I ain't no duck. Everybody, cuz, man, everybody know that ain't no, man, he'll punish him, bro.
Bro, that's a duck, bro. If he move up to 54 and he don't fight Keith, that's a duck, fam.
I'll see the duck when Spence Ben tried to get that fight with him. Ben
It don't
tried to
matter.
get it.
Bro, it don't.
Ben tried to get that fight.
Look. Saying I want to fight and somebody saying you gotta fight is two totally different things. Now they telling this fool you gotta fight Keith Thurman. It's mandated by the WBC.
And you know why he don't want to fight him? Because he didn't get him to fight back then. That's what the whole thing about.
Nah, the whole thing is about that I'm mandated to fight you and you wasn't mandated to fight me. This is what I keep telling people, bro. My career path ain't got nothing to do with your shit unless you in the way of what I'm trying to get to. Like it's just because you say you want to fight me today, don't mean I don't have other motherfuckers I want to fight tomorrow or today. Like I get it.
So you
I
saying he didn't
understand.
duck Spence back then? He didn't duck him? It was just business?
Nah, he never ducked Spence. He never got offered the Spence fight ever. He never got offered the Spence fight. Spence will tell you that and Keith Thurman will tell you that. Both out their mouth, because they just said it. Nah, we never tried to make a Keith Thurman fight. We wanted to fight, but we never pursued it. He'll tell you that. They both will tell you that. No paperwork, Keith Thurman tell you, no paperwork has ever come across my desk with Errol Spence's name on it. He'll tell you that. So Al make the fights. Al ain't never sent me no Errol Spence Jr. contract. And Errol Spence Jr. say, nah, we ain't never told Al to make no Keith Thurman fight. Obviously, we wanted to fight him. You know what I'm saying? But these niggas just talking, bro. They on the same team. Al Heyman is telling these niggas what to do in their career, bro. If Al Heyman ain't told them niggas they next 2 or 3 fights is gonna be one another, then they ain't fighting them. That's just the truth of the matter. This is why this nigga Errol Spence Jr. had to go ahead and keep it real with Crawford and say, man, I got to whoop on these niggas' asses over here before I even get to you.
But he did what he said he was gonna do though.
Yeah, that's what I'm
collect
saying.
the belt.
Bro. I'm not disagreeing with that. But the problem is, what I'm saying is, he said, I gotta do this before I get to you. That don't mean he ducked Crawford. That just means shit. Just because you say you want to fight me today, don't mean I ain't already got shit lined up. I get it, but what you got now though? You ain't got shit lined up now. Why the fuck the fight ain't happening?
Yeah.
Yeah, the fight need to happen now. Yeah.
But that fight should have happened though. It should have happened.
Yeah, that fight should happen, bro. You know what I mean? But hey, whatever. If I can get Keith Thurman, I'm cool with that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I've been rocking with one time since the beginning of time. So I'm gonna rock with one time if they fight one another again. Well, not again, but if they decide to make the fight, you know what I'm saying, I'm rocking with one time.
I don't know. I mean, man, he just don't look good, bro. I mean, he just didn't look good, man. I can't see you going to fight this man right here and you didn't look good on last 2 fights. I just can't see how you have a chance, bro. I don't see it.
Man, I'm gonna
He
tell you
might have had
something,
a
bro.
chance. He might have had a chance back then, but not now, bro.
You know who didn't look good 2 fights before they fought against Canelo? Bivol. Bivol did not look good them 2 fights before he got in that ring with Canelo. And Bivol really could have tried to stop that boy. I don't know why he didn't. I would have stopped that nigga ass if I was Bivol, man. I'd have been really trying to bite down on this nigga jugular, bro. He could have, man. He was fucking him up,
Canelo
bro.
set his own self up, though, bro.
But
He in the
Bivol
wrong
did
weight
look.
class, though.
Bivol did not look good though. It's 2 prior fights from that.
Yeah,
That's why
that's his weight.
Canelo.
That's in his
That's
weight
why.
class, though.
That's
Canelo is
why
not in his weight
Canelo.
class.
That's why Canelo. Yeah, shit. If you move up to fight me, you in my weight class.
He had to move up. No, that's not his original weight class. He won't go back up there and fight again. That ain't his
Shit,
weight
why he
class.
won't?
That ain't
Why
his
he
weight
won't?
class. The same
He
thing gonna happen
already,
to him.
bro. He had already snatched the title from Kovalev up there.
Man, he won't go back up there.
I mean, he did though. I ain't making this shit up. This shit is in black and white. He went up there, smashed Kovalev ass. Then he said, "You know what? I'm definitely not going to go fight Beterbiev because then I'm really gonna get stopped. So let me. I'm not gonna fight Zerto because I'm gonna get stopped against Zerto. Let me go to this nigga who been looking like bullshit his last 2 fights, Bivol.
Cherry picking. Got his ass whooped. Cherry picked and got his ass whooped.
That's exactly what happened, bro. That's exactly what happened. Exactly what happened. And I'm one of the biggest Canelo fans, bro. You can ask Wayne. Canelo's my guy, but you know, It is what it is, man. He went up there and got his ass, got that smoke. He got that free smoke is what he got. He got that free smoke at that 175.
Yeah.
Shit. You're right. He might not bring his ass back up there now. You're probably right. Shit. Well, I think now that I think about it, you might be on to something.
Yeah, he ain't going back there. Hell no.
Yeah, but shit, he gonna have to do something at 68 though.
Yeah. You're gonna have to.
It's shit to get off the pot now. You know what I'm saying? They gonna slide that motherfucking Triple G old ass up there. That
Oh
nigga
my
walking to the cage with a motherfucking walking stick,
I'm
a
like,
cane up there.
don't nobody want to see that old ass fight, man. Come on, man. Fight somebody else. Couldn't believe they set that shit back up. Terrible.
Yeah, no, they shouldn't have did that one, bro. I don't know why they did it. And honestly, man, Canelo didn't even want to do that shit, bro. Canelo didn't want to do that shit, man. And what Triple G said, come on, guys. Come on, guys. I'm still champion at 160 pounds, okay? Yeah, I know. It's fucking sad. Why the fuck you reminded us of that bullshit? God damn. For a second, we forgot.
Hey, I'm gonna
about
say
that
this.
silly
I'm gonna say this though. Back in the day, when Triple G was destroying everything, did nobody want to fight that man.
Nobody
Let's be
wanted to fight
honest.
him.
Let's be honest. Let's not
that's a
forget
fact.
about history. Nobody wanted to fight Triple G, not even Canelo back then. Nobody wanted to fight that man back then. So let's not kill Triple G. Let's remember they didn't want to mess with that boy when that boy was stopping everything.
Yeah, when he was hot, he was
was.
hot. No doubt about that. But now he
That
just
nigga
old now.
that nigga went on a knockout streak from hell, cuz he was fucking niggas up. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, he was.
But I mean, that shit was a long time ago, cuz. You know what I'm saying? That shit was like, I think Jimmy Carter was still alive when that boy was doing that shit. Man, I'm just saying, man. Man, that shit was, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit was a while ago. It was a stretch, bro.
Hey man, hey, thanks for y'all coming out, man. I'm gonna close it up, man, and I'm gonna do it. We can get another one in tomorrow.
Yeah, we got to get one in
I
before
bet.
that Zerdo fight, bro. We
Before
got to.
who fight?
That Zerdo and Bill.
Oh yeah, they are fighting. Okay.
Yeah. I think isn't Morrell fighting tomorrow too, right?
Oh, David Morrell.
Yeah.
I heard that his fight. I thought he was supposed to fight what's the name too, lined up to fight David Benavidez too. I guess that fight didn't. I guess it fell through, honey, and they went with the Caleb Plant fight.
Yeah, because that actually was a fight I was heard that they was trying to make was the Morrell fight.
Okay. So
Yeah.
So we we can get one in either before or after.
Yeah, either way, it's good.
All right, y'all. Thanks for coming through, man.
I bet.
All right.